What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Sensibly Loud MLB postseason live stream, brought to you obviously by Sensibly Loud Media. I am your host, J-Mac, joined by the great Sambino. We are watching Game 1 of the World Series, Astros versus the Washington Nationals. Sambino, how's it going, my friend?
It's going really, really well. So we're 5 pitches into the game. There has been what I believe should have been an error. They ruled it a hit. There has been a stolen base and a bunt in 5 pitches. So I think if that's anything to judge the rest of the best of 7 series by, we're in for quite a treat.
I would agree. And we're going to do a better job, I think, today of actually kind of staying in the game. I think there's been just a lot of idle time in the past stream, so we've been just kind of BSing about this, that, and the other, which has been fun. But yeah, this is an exciting World Series. I'm pretty pleased with this matchup. What about you?
I'm truly delighted with this matchup. Despite the fact that the Astros are in our division as a Rangers fan, I really like the team by and large, for save 2 people, really. I think they're very well managed. They're very well constructed. They've been an underdog team for a long time. They're a Texas team. And again, I don't care that they're in our division. I really like that team. And then the Nationals have just been chock full of talent for so long. Their pitching is really good. They've got a young core led seemingly now by quote unquote veteran Anthony Rendon. He's been around since 2013, 2012.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit now.
I like both teams a lot. This is a matchup where no matter who wins, I'm going to be really happy to watch all of it. I'm not going to be like, oh no, the Nationals won.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
really
with you.
Cool if they win. And if the Astros win, good for them. They fucking earned it. They've been the best team for a while now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we're top of the first, 2 outs, 0-1 count, 1 in scoring position. And who's up to bat? Juan Soto batting .237 in the postseason, which these stats seem to actually matter. Yeah, so I'm excited about this series as well. I quietly think that one of my favorite players in baseball is Michael Brantley.
Michael Brantley. Yeah, he's had kind of a rough go of it injury-wise, but every time that he would string, 30, 40, 50, 60 games together in Cleveland, he was one of the best outfielders in all the hitting categories.
That's the thing. And that's the risk that Cleveland kind of took of letting him go, is that, I mean, he had the potential to be really good.
Yeah.
Oh, strikeout. Garrett Cole. Wow. Beautiful. Clean first inning. Worked out fine.
He gave up a hit and then a stolen base, and then he got a really lucky pop-out bunt, and then he struck out 2.
That first one should have been an error on Correa, though.
I agree. It hit him in the glove.
Yeah. And I mean, that really should have been a direct out. But yeah, I think Michael Brantley is one of those guys where, Cleveland kind of had to take the risk of letting him go and knowing that he's really good, but just couldn't really stay healthy there. And
yeah,
it seems like the Astros Cleveland gave him a lot of time to get healthy, and it just was kind of too little too late. And so they let him go, and the Astros picked him up. They've used him as a platoon guy for a while. And I think that they've got a really solid outfield in him, George Springer, and Josh Reddick.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Reddick is not an offensive weapon by any means. He has his streakiness, but he's really there for his arm. I think he if he didn't lead the league in outfield assists, it would be only because players know not to run on him.
Exactly. Because he's got a cannon of an arm.
He does. He does have a cannon. Can I just say briefly that we're watching a commercial with Buzz Aldrin in it?
Yeah.
I was, at least, on YouTube.
I was too. Yep.
He doesn't look a day over 75.
Not at all. How old is he in real life? Do you know?
He's got to be in his late 80s. I mean, the man went to the goddamn moon.
Right. He's got to be there.
Buzz Aldrin is 89.
89. He looks damn good for 89.
Well, he's got that fucking NASA work habit in him. He's just been running his whole life.
Either that or he discovered something up there that he hadn't told us about, some moon dust or something like that.
Something like that. Then maybe that 0G gave him a little extra pep.
There you go. This is a dumb question. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but is John Glenn still alive?
Ooh.
Didn't he?
I'm going to say no.
I think he just recently died.
But he was also the oldest man in space. They sent him up on the shuttle 15 years ago.
Correct. I think I'm going to say he's dead.
Yes, December 16.
Okay, so yeah, pretty recently then. Okay, I thought so.
Not too long ago.
Boy, I didn't think that we'd start off the stream talking about the lifespan of astronauts, but here we are. This is the best part of doing what we do.
Well, I'm really sorry, but I'm a aerospace dork idiot.
No, I'm with you.
They show Buzz Aldrin, and I'm all about it.
I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying it's just one of those things. You never know where this stream is going to take us. That's the best part about it.
Oh, for sure. If Ben were here, we'd have gone off on some really weird moon tangents.
Moon tangents. Ben would be all about moon tangents. I can tell you that much. But yeah, man. Well, we were sorry you couldn't join us on the episode yesterday, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, something about chicken parmesan really kept me from being on the podcast. I don't know what it was either.
Is that true? Did that happen? I don't even know.
No, I was just working really late.
Got it. He said that, and I was like, I don't know that that's a thing, but okay.
I was actually going to try and come up with a story that was like just barely believable around missing the pod because of chicken parm, and then I got busy with work today and I didn't do it.
That's fine. You'll come up with it later on. There's plenty of other pods to miss to come up with a chicken parm story.
Well, hold up. They just showed a Max Scherzer stat. I think he might be the oldest guy to start a World Series game or something.
Since 2011.
Wow.
How old is Max Scherzer? He's been around a while.
How old is everyone?
I know. We seem to be. I'm looking this one up.
Who can spell his name faster?
I just
35.
Max asshole. Oh, 35. Wow. I would have thought younger than that, to be honest. But I guess that the math does kind of check out.
Math does check out. I would have thought maybe slightly older. But
really? Yeah. I mean,
maybe that's just all the stress on his body.
Yeah. He's been relatively healthy, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. He's been a workhorse for many seasons now.
He's probably, what, like 4 or 5 years into that 10-year deal that he signed? Gotta be.
Maybe 6.
Wow. I'm trying to think.
He's really good, man. Talk about, I can't think of anybody who has more presence on the mound.
Yeah.
He's so intimidating.
Outside of like Verlander, or I don't know, Mad Bum seems to have that kind of presence on the mound too, though.
You're right. You're totally right.
But
got that.
Those guys are very few and far between these days.
Did you ever see the movie, was it Fievel Goes West?
No. What is that?
No. It's a movie about a mouse, Jewish mouse, who goes to the West and they meet the sheriff, and the caddy's got the crazy eye.
Oh,
that's Max Scherzer.
Okay, yeah, maybe that does kind of sound familiar now that you say that. I couldn't tell you shit about it or anything like that, but
Ben with children would definitely back me out on this one.
That's fair. Okay, so he is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5. This is his 5th year into that deal. He left Detroit in 2014. He was with the Diamondbacks for 2 years, the Tigers for 5, and then now the Washington Nationals for 5. So I mean, they'll get 2 more years out of him, probably 2 more healthy years. Ooh, walked a guy.
He just got hosed on that call.
Yeah, he did. That was definitely in there. So we got one on, no outs.
You don't want to walk an Astro ever.
No, especially the dog.
Is that what they call George Springer?
No. No, it wasn't Astro the dog or like the Jetsons or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like, I guess
it was just as weird as my 5-0 Goes West reference.
It was. we're just on fire already. So you got little Altuve here at the plate hitting .349 with 5 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 1184 OPS.
I'm sorry, did you call him little Altuve?
I mean, look at the guy. He's like my height.
Altuve Pequeño hits a double.
Easily.
It's a single. It's okay.
Yeah.
Springer not going first to third, probably because there's no outs.
Probably.
If there's 2 outs, he goes first to third, right?
Definitely. May as well take the risk.
Yeah. I don't know, though. So I think Soto's out there and left. He's got a pretty good arm.
Were you surprised in the least bit that he hit the walk-off against the Yankees?
No, I watched that pitch like 30 times afterwards, and God, what a meatball.
God, he threw the hell out of that ball, though, didn't he?
It was 84. You're talking about Altuve's home run?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. The one he just threw. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That meatball that Chapman left. I mean, he threw like 96, 100, 101, 98, 84.
Yeah, 84. Up in the zone. It was outside, but Altuve can get out there and get it.
There is no outside for Altuve.
No. The strike zone does not exist for little Altuve.
He has that skill set like Vlad Guerrero did, where he can just get a bat on anything.
I guess I just see him. He's a small guy. He actually uses a really heavy bat, and he really throws the bat at the ball. Not to say that other players don't, but there's a certain amount of guesswork that goes into that.
Yeah,
and you can't, when you're that small, it doesn't matter how strong you are. You can't finesse the bat that much. So like he's really, really good at guessing where the ball's going to go. His eyes are better than anything else.
and that's just an inherent skill. That's not, you can't train that really.
No,
I mean,
no,
you can hone that skill, but you can't really.
Exactly.
You can't gain that skill versus like, I don't know, like look at Aaron Judge, the racehorse. It's just like
the racehorse.
He's enormous, dude. He's 6'7", 282. That's bigger than Rob Gronkowski.
Is that his nickname?
No, that's what I call him.
Is he on Windstraw?
He looks like he takes horse tranquilizers or some crap. Like, look
Also
at
known
him.
as ketamine.
Yeah, there you go. We've gone down this road of guessing what PEDs they're using before. But Kyle Beats and I were talking about this the other day because he doesn't watch a ton of baseball, but he was just kind of asking me. He was having me fill him in on what's going on in the World Series and everything, and really throughout the playoffs. And we were just talking about like the size of some of these guys, and you're incredibly naive if you don't think these guys are taking all kinds of performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, I guess, but they get tested.
Yeah, but they know how to get around those tests and stuff. They know when they're coming and whatnot. So,
I suppose.
I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't make Aaron Judge taller.
No, but I mean, it makes him more meaty. And I mean, I'm not
like weightlifting.
Sure. I'm not accusing him specifically. I mean, I am, but I mean, he's not the only one by any stretch of the imagination. Look at that whole Yankees team in general. They're enormous aside from Brett Gardner.
Yeah, I mean, they hire enormous guys.
Yeah, most of those guys are homegrown guys, though.
They get the guys they want, regardless of if they're paying them to get them or not.
I noticed it the other night. We were talking about Aroldis Chapman. Okay, so real quick to reset everything. We're 1 out, 0-1 count, 2 on. Bregman's up to bat.
Oh, I hate this guy.
I do too,
and
man.
Your boy Michael Brantley just struck out, unfortunately, to make the first out. But I get the sense that I think Bregman's going to do a thing.
He's going to do a thing here, almost certainly. This is his kind of moment. Ooh.
So just to talk briefly about Bregman, what did you think of the photo that I sent you earlier today, or the screen grab from MLB.com?
The fact that he was left out?
Yeah.
I think that... Did I not say anything about it?
You did.
Oh, okay. I bet you he's really pissy that he's left out of it.
So for the audience, there was like the homepage on MLB.tv or MLB.com was like, Game 1, tune in here at YouTube TV or whatever, Fox, sports. And it had...
Oh, do you get it? Oh, he's... Nice. He swiped third. That was awesome. Nice.
George Springer saw a ball bounce off the plate, or not even off the plate. Jesus, Kurt Suzuki barely stopped that ball from going to the backstop. I think he caught it in his fucking shoulder muscles.
Yeah, he did.
And George Springer sprints over to third and like slides around the bag. Jesus. Oh, he was safe by a mile, though.
Safe a mile. Wow. Swiped a bag. So you got first and third. 1 out.
Oof. That was not Kurt Suzuki's fault. Who was it
that
said that Max Scherzer is going to be overthrowing the ball all night? I believe that was me circa 7.5 minutes ago.
Yeah, just before we came on the air, and I see why.
He's just a little too intense.
Can be. I think it works well at home. I don't know that it works as well on the road.
And doesn't that work in his favor against hitters?
You'd think so.
Getting a little bit crazy.
I mean, look at his eyes.
His eyes are definitely different colors.
They're definitely crazy.
They're crazy. And now he's taking a little bit off and like underthrowing.
It just seems like he overthinks it sometimes. I really like he's a strike thrower for sure, but I was talking to somebody about this today. I really hate pitchers that build the counts. I think you and I have talked about this pretty
Darvish
at depth. Darvish is a great example where you get in, an 0-2 count and you build it all the way to a 3-2 count and then try to trick them to strike them out and end up walking them and then also end up throwing 50 pitches. Wow, that was a great breaking ball.
Yeah.
Second strikeout for Bregman. Well, first strike. Second strikeout of the inning, first strikeout for Bregman.
Of many to come.
Probably. So you've got.
Was that it? Yeah, that was just. Was it a changeup? That was breaking ball.
It was a break. Oh no, it was a breaking ball. Yeah, it just bit too. Ooh.
Way out in front. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. He wanted that one.
Of course he did. It's because he didn't make the landing page at MLB.com.
So we were talking. I think we got interrupted. So essentially, that was on the landing page. And your question to me was, how pissed off do you think Bregman is that he's not part of that artwork? I think that he's probably very chippy about that. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't really care at the end of the day, but I'm sure that doesn't. I'd be pissy if I were him.
Yeah, I mean, you had Correa and Cole, and Altuve, and maybe George Springer.
Yeah.
And then no Bregman, even though he's arguably a better hitter.
God, Yuli Gurriel tries to swing at everything.
He sure does. I mean, this is going to be a real missed opportunity if Bregman and Gurriel can't get somebody
across.
You can't even get Bregman to get a fucking sac fly.
No, you can't.
I mean, it's Max Scherzer. Do we really expect a lot of runs? Probably not, right?
No, this is a pitcher's duel for sure here. They're ready to go, though. I bet you he's going to strike out here in a minute.
You know he wanted to swing.
Boy. Yeah, he did.
I bet he got a take call from the dugout no matter what. Just work the pitch count. We're already at 19 for Max Scherzer through one inning.
That's
just take all the way.
Yeah,
unless it's like really in your wheelhouse.
0 for 17 with runners in scoring position this postseason. Interesting.
Seems like whenever they show stats like that, they almost immediately get broken.
Oh, almost certainly. Almost certainly.
Oh, now he's 1 for 18.
Do you think that so Ben and I talked about this on the episode of The Outfielder. Oh, go.
There it is.
Oh, let's go.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't have called that any better.
Let's go.
Yes.
2-0 Astros with one in scoring position still. Nice. Beautiful hit for Yuli.
Let's say
Yeah, you predicted that one. You called it. But we were talking about I lost my train of thought now that we got to see actual meaningful, cool things here on this baseball field.
God, he really just barely got his bat on that. That was a really good piece of hitting.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. So are you under of the opinion that AJ Hinch managed the circles around Aaron Boone?
For sure. Yeah. But he also has a lot more to work with.
And experience.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, the whole has player experience situation, that is a strong take.
Yeah. I think that stuff matters. I really do.
I mean, we were just briefly talking about the composition of the Yankees. They are a big team because they hire the same types of guys to do the job. They're all a bunch of big guys.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of don't have a lot of flexibility there in management. Okay, so yeah, you've got Brett Gardner who can get out there and steal a base, maybe.
Yeah.
But you can't be all right, yeah, go pinch run, go pinch hit. We want you out there because of this matchup versus that one. It's just a bunch of guys who swing for the fences.
Yeah. It tried to slug, and it worked for most of the season.
That works when you play Toronto and Baltimore, 40 games a season, but not when you're in the postseason that much. I mean, there's a chance that you could make it based on that, but you're really kind of playing with fire at that point.
Yeah.
Putting all your eggs in one basket, as it were.
Exactly. So we got 2-1 count, 2-1 count, 2-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the first, 1 in scoring position. Yeah, no, you definitely get to that situation where, I think in a 3 to 4 game set throughout the season, it's okay, well, you could drop 2 to the Orioles and most likely still come up with 1 and you're fine. But I think that becomes less and less the case. Oh, boy. Let one loose for Correa. But you've got to, I don't know. That just doesn't work in a 7-game set. And that's why I'm such a fan of that, because I just feel like it works itself out. Truthfully, I really think it should be a 7-game set in the DS as well.
That's a lot of baseball, though, don't you think?
It's 2 more games. I mean, I get it, but look at what happened to Atlanta. The best team did not come out of that division. Period.
That's so true.
Or that side.
It's so incredibly true. And you're so right about the Cardinals being imposters.
Imposters.
I think there was some stat line about them having scored the least amount of runs in the NLCS. Maybe not ever, but historically low numbers of runs scored, and that is a proxy or linked to the low batting average that you quoted. Was it like 126 against the pitchers hitting 142 or something?
Yeah, like all the pitchers in the National League hit 142 on the year, and they
God,
hit 127 as a team.
So bad.
That
Oh my God.
that tells me that the best team did not come out there.
Yeah, it's there's streaks there too, right? The Braves streaked in the wrong direction pitching wise in that last game, and the Cardinals were hitting the shit out of the ball most of that series, especially Osuna and Goldschmidt, and then didn't do anything in any way in the CS.
Correct. Not which that makes me wonder. Like it seems like that Cardinals team was a little bit more talented. They only won 6 less games than Atlanta did.
Yeah, they're in a shittier division though.
That's true. All right, we got out of that inning.
So, I mean, we were talking about, or you guys were talking about the Cardinals being imposters. Are the Dodgers imposters? Why did they fail?
They fail because they're the Dodgers.
Fuck you.
No, I think
because nobody in California deserves anything nice.
True. That's a good.
That's a gross overstatement. I'm just kidding. I love California. I live there.
I do too. I can't say anything bad about it.
Yeah. Oh, we can, but that's not relevant here.
Right. Yeah, that's another show. I don't know, man. I don't feel that nearly as much. I don't know what the Dodgers hit in the postseason overall. I don't know what they hit in that series, but it was definitely better than 127. I know that.
And I really think they just got outplayed by the Nationals, who have been the best team since before the break.
Yeah, I agree with that. White hot, really.
White hot.
They got off to a 19-31 start. That's absurd. Talk about turning a corner.
I'd like to go back and know what our takes were before. I just know that the talent and name recognition and potential has always been there for them to be good. But I know there's been some opinions on this show about that.
My takes were not good about them this year at all. And I'll own that 100%. I don't think I had them winning over 80 games.
I wonder what I had them winning. I think I had them in the postseason.
We're going to be doing we'll do a retrospective with good old James from Middletown and go over our picks and see how we all felt.
Yeah, okay. I won't get into it then.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is not what we anticipated. I know that.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, they're the wild card team against the Brewers, who were white hot at the time.
Which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that's great. And then you look at them now, and everyone can't stop talking about how good their team is.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at this starting rotation. I mean, they definitely got by the DS on their rotation alone. They barely used the bullpen. Maybe 6 innings total.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, they barely even really used Patrick Corbin at all. So, with this, how many games do you think this goes?
Ooh, I'm going to go 6.
That's kind of where my head's at too. I could see 5, but I think Astros in 6.
Astros in 6 is where I am. But, I mean, you really can't rule anything out. These teams have both been really good in the postseason.
Yeah.
Astros are just deeper. They're much deeper. They're much healthier. They're overall younger. They have the momentum too, right? I mean, Washington had a pretty big break between sweeping the dastardly stupid Cardinals and the World Series now. Like Howie Kendrick was somehow a hero all of a sudden. Like, do we really expect him to come up big in the World Series here? Probably not.
I mean, he just hit into a grounder. So
did he?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the my laptop and not the actual.
No, you're totally good. I'm sure you noticed, by the way, that Angel Hernandez and Joe West both did not make the World Series on crew. That means their calls were bad all year.
That makes me really happy.
It makes me feel safe for the integrity of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they don't belong there.
No. Boy, Garrett Cole's got a beautiful breaking ball.
Yep, when it hits.
Mm-hmm. So I just saw a stat a little bit ago that he is 19-0 since May.
Whoa.
Oh man, never would
We
have
know that
seen
win
that.
losses are a team stat, but you can't get the win if you don't do well as a pitcher through 5.
Correct.
So he's good. That's a really strong stat line. I think you'd even consider someone if you take 19 decisions, somebody with a 13-6 would probably still be considered good.
Absolutely. I'd take 13-6 all day long.
And he's 19-0.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good him, and that's pretty good team.
Yeah. It's a team to back him up. And we talked about this ad nauseum, so we're not going to get too far into it, but that's what the Red Sox dealt with all year, where their starting pitching just put them in a hole, and they never could get out of it. They never could.
Ever.
Which is frustrating, but it is what it is.
So can we just talk briefly about the guy that is at bat? We have Miguel Cabrera up. 1 out, no on. Count is 1 and 2. Miguel Cabrera, or sorry, Melky, no.
As Drupal.
As Drupal. My God.
There are too many Cabreras, I know.
What a day.
I know.
As Drupal Cabrera up to bat. He was a Ranger. He was hitting over 300 as a Ranger. The Rangers released him outright.
Yep.
Why?
They put him on the trade block, and nobody really bid on it. And it's one of those things. If they released him at his request because he wanted to go out and find a, sorry, I got distracted with these these Zimmerman stats. Not Jordan Zimmerman. Ryan. There you go. Jordan played for Detroit for a while. He was one of their pitchers. Anyway.
Didn't they have both Zimmermans at one point?
Did they? I don't. Yeah, you might be right. Actually,
wouldn't that have just been easier for all of us?
It definitely would have. But so you're going to see this now with only one trade deadline happening, where if you don't see value for a guy, if the team's not going anywhere, you're going to see them outright release, and they're going to sign with somebody who can be a contender. Gosh. And you see that in basketball a lot. Like that's a very common basketball thing. It's just a buyout deal. Oh boy,
Ryan Zimmerman coming up big in the postseason, just hit a solo shot up.
Solo shot. He left that hanging too.
And he's had not a great regular season, Ryan Zimmerman.
No,
and he's just like they just showed that he had like 1,700 plate appearances or something without a World Series one, which is the most of anybody ever, and he hit a home run.
So did they say he's been with this team since its existence?
Yes.
That's incredible. Since 2005.
Garrett Cole really left that hanging. It was up in the zone and in the middle, and this veteran did not let it sit there. He knew right away.
He knew. Yep. He said, fuck right away. He knew. Yep. Absolutely. That was a bad pitch, too.
Man, if you can't get away with a single mistake, I think that just the tone of the game, the tone of this game, 2 innings in has already been set for the entire series. Like you can't fuck up.
Right. This is a defensive battle here. So we're 2-1 Houston, top of the second, 2 outs, 1 and 2-0 count. Just waiting for him to throw that next pitch. We got Kurt Suzuki up at bat.
Kurt Suzuki has played for every MLB team.
Lots of teams. Lots of teams. I loved having Marty on last stream. That was awesome.
Yeah, Marty has lots of good baseball knowledge and firsthand experience with players, both active and retired, and clearly Hall of Famers. Like, what a wealth of knowledge that man.
No doubt. I was. This whole week has been better for me knowing that the Wade Boggs 65 beers across the country story is a true story. I'm a better man for that.
Such a relief to know.
I've been worried for years.
Yeah, we'll have to have Marty back on for future streams. I mean, we'll see how far the series goes.
Definitely. I'd love to have him on again. It was a blast to get to talk baseball with the man.
He knows what he's talking about. He's worked in the front office. He has many spreadsheets apparently for our fantasy league. He knows what's up.
I loved his story about Big Papi in the batting cage, and him seeing him and going, "Oh shit!" and dropping down on.
He's told me other stories about Big Papi, having seen him in the cage. I mean, we're talking about 2 AL teams that see each other
a lot. Yeah.
I think he worked there 2 or 3 seasons maybe, and he sees them a couple times a year. So yeah, there was another one. I can't remember the specifics, but there's more. There's more to that relationship.
Treasure chest of knowledge kind of thing.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's untapped, and we need to coax Marty into unlocking it for us.
Indeed. All right, 3-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the second. Kurt Suzuki hitting 0-5-0 in the postseason.
It's not surprising.
Nope. No, not at all. What are we going to get here? What kind of pitch? I think he's going fastball up.
I think he's going, fastball away. You're treating him like a pitcher.
Yep.
Pretty much exactly that.
Yep.
Oh, are they going to get him?
Oh, we got him.
God, it was close. That was a good catcher run.
It was. What was that point that the umpire did over there before he called it?
It wasn't sure whether or not he tagged him initially because he came off the bag to get him, and then the question was whether or not he tagged him.
Ooh, dude, it's close though.
He got the uniform just barely. But good on Zimmerman for getting barrel on ball on a mistake. Like, you got to take advantage in these situations, and they've done that. Keep them in the game. You go down 2-0, you could stay down 2-0 for the rest of this game as these two pitchers settle in, right?
Exactly. I mean, as we've said, you got to score runs to win games here.
Is that a fact, or is that just?
Oh, that's a fact.
It could be an opinion too.
It could be. See, are you seeing this T-Mobile commercial right now?
Yeah.
I need more of Dirt Cam.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me more Dirt Cam.
I want more Dirt Cam.
Ooh, we got Pete Alonso's here.
Ooh, $550,000 with the baseball man.
Oh, boy.
What is that, like $2,000 per pound?
Cubic pound, I think. Is that a thing? That's not a thing.
No, you can't know.
No, it's not a thing.
Weight doesn't have dimensions, Justin.
That we know of.
Shut up.
We better ask Buzz Aldrin. He might know with the moon dust.
Don't ask Buzz.
That's called closing the loops, what that is.
That's opening so many loops that we forgot about yours.
Correct, yes. So I was talking to one James from Middletown, and I was asking him, I think he was pretty much in agreement with the firing of Mickey Callaway, but I was asking him, they've been interviewing a hell of a lot of people. Yeah. And did they interview a guy named Stubby Clapp? Is that a thing?
Did you make that up just now, or is this like?
I'm pretty sure that's a thing, but imagine the STD jokes. I mean, they're just through the roof.
God, I hope they didn't.
Let me see. Hold on. It's in our Slack chat.
I just want better for the Mets. The talent is there too, right?
I just saw the thing I sent in our group chat that said the Yankees were this close to a World Series, and it's Aaron Judge's teeth.
So good.
Yeah, Stubby Clapp.
No, he's not going to get it.
He was interviewing for the Cardinals job, though. But what a name.
Yeah, I hope he gets a Cardinals job.
I hope so, too. Or, I'm sorry, the Cardinals. The Pirates, not the Cardinals. I'm sorry.
That's actually a good Pirates name. I hope he gets that.
I do, too. We need a Stubby Clapp in the league, I think.
Stubby Clapp.
But I was asking him, I said, are you thinking like a young gun, like not Kapler, but a Kapler type guy, like a young dude? Or are we talking about like Girardi? Like, what's the goal? And his general thoughts seem to be that Girardi's the best move, I think, there, just given someone that can handle New York. And I think he'd be really good there. And kind of what we said before, anything to get him out of the booth. But it sounds like he's going to get the Phillies job.
I like him at the Phillies. Oh, well, what I said was, and I should stand by what I said originally because I still believe that, I don't hate him in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think he'll be able to do a lot more with that talent than anybody else could.
I guess. So there is a lot of talent. They are very injury prone.
Correct.
Now that we think about it a little more, they are pretty mismanaged. I mean, you got Rhys Hoskins, you got Bryce Harper, Aaron Altair. Who else do they have out there?
They've got a litany of people that are just like it's just a young squad.
Their pitching especially is really young with like Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, and I just like whenever I look at like the Kapler thing, like he was a 500 manager over 2 years, right? So like I guess that was the right thing to do. It probably had more to do with how he interacted with the front office and how he interacted with the team. Because I mean, 500 isn't really for a young team like that. Isn't really giving the guy exactly a chance. That was a beautiful pitch from Scherzer,
And it
96
was
on the corner.
very clearly a strike. I'm not sure why Alvarez thought it wasn't. You know, I not to tangent from the Phillies. I believe that Alvarez can hit poor pitching very well, and he's got pitchers that he matches up really well with. I don't think he's good against every pitcher.
I agree with that. He definitely draws the right matchups. Which I mean, he's got the plate discipline. They just walked him, so. I mean, Max Scherzer built the count, but he didn't bite either. He's got great discipline, but I agree with you. I don't think he's great against every pitcher by any means. Oh boy, I don't know if that was
Kurt
the right
Suzuki
call, dude.
definitely did not get tagged.
No, I don't
he
think that
was
was
way out of the base path.
Can they go back and review that now? That'd be awesome if they could go back and review it at this point.
But I mean, he's way out. He steps on the bag, doesn't he? Doesn't he? How can you stop the replay there?
Yeah, bullshit.
Whatever.
But I just like when I look at like a 500 record, it just doesn't really tell me a whole lot in 2 years.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, 84 Bile. That was beautiful. So 0-1 count, 1 on, 0 outs, bottom of the second. I just think that at the end of the day, you don't really draw much from that. And I mean, as hurt as that pitching was, like they could have gone out and signed Dallas Keuchel just like Atlanta did, and they didn't.
Totally.
And I don't know why they didn't. Like they had every opportunity to do that. Swing and a miss for Maldonado.
I guess they thought that bearded asshole was going to be good again.
Guess so, dude. He was good with Atlanta this year, though.
No, Dallas Keuchel was good. I'm talking about the Phillies bearded man.
Oh, right. Sorry.
His name
Arrieta?
Jake Arrieta. Not good. Historically not good.
Yeah.
Historically good for one season, and the rest of the time not good.
I stood by him longer than I wanted to, but it just got to be inevitable, and you were right about that one.
So I'm sorry. Let me caveat that. I'm not saying he's not good. He's not amazing. He's been touted as being really, really amazing, and that's just like not true.
I'm pulling up his stats right now. I'm just curious.
God, I hope I'm right.
You are right. I know you're right.
The performance is not there.
So
here we go.
He went 8-8 last year, 464.
No.
He had a point. He was 0.9 wins over replacement.
Mike Minor did better.
Correct. He also got hurt though, so I don't know how much all that plays in. Whatever.
Well, sure it does.
Just not very good.
Oh boy.
Oh. Nice. So fly out for Maldonado. 1 out, 1 on.
Josh Reddick.
Josh Reddick
batting ninth, presumably.
Yeah. Batting 136, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 447 OPS.
Yeah, this is, I mean, did we talk about him on the air already? He's really
he's
just
fine.
a defensive piece.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's there because if you hit the ball to right field, you're not going to run on him as a base runner.
Yeah.
That is all. And that's really important, especially in the postseason when people are trying to stretch a single. If you're on second, you're going to stretch that single from, oh, I'm going to run to third to I'm scoring a run. It's important to have a fucking cannon in right field, but Jesus, could they put somebody else in there? No, I think as a Houston team who's fucking stacked in the lineup, you are okay, I think, making that sacrifice to have Reddick out in right field.
Definitely. I don't think that's
a JBJ. He's the JBJ
Correct.
of the Astros, and actually better offensively than JBJ.
God, where's he going to end up where he's going to be 1,000 times better? It's going to be somewhere.
Do you want to know where I think he's going to end up?
Yes.
The Orioles.
Okay. Interesting. I haven't really looked. I need to, like, once we get done with the season, I'll have to really sit down and look at who needs what. I think that's going to be really interesting to watch because we're going to have a good amount of movement this year.
I like him at the Orioles or any NL team.
Really? See, I think it's more of an AL situation with him.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like you need him to DH.
Exactly.
I hope not.
No, he could be in Miami for all we care. Those are my two. I'm going Baltimore or Miami.
I mean, whoever they trade him to is going to end up getting him for the defensive side, not the bat.
Right. And that's fine. There's plenty of teams that need to shore up their defense.
I think I was telling you the other day, I've just seen some of the like suggested trades for Mookie Betts, and they all just make me want to die.
Just as a Boston fan, or like
Yeah.
you don't think he's actually getting, we're not extracting the maximum value there.
Well, there's basically no maximum value because they've got to pay him $27 million, and everybody knows he wants to leave. So I mean, ooh.
So Josh Reddick is really putting up a fight here.
3-2
I guess
count.
we're at least 6 pitches in, right?
Yep, 3-2 count. Max Scherzer's at 41 pitches, and we're not out of the second. That's not great.
That's not good. The Nationals bullpen was like the worst in the regular season, let alone the postseason. They are really going to get bruised up here. Altuve's holding the bat. He's ready to fucking go.
He's sitting in the dugout ready to get on deck. Like, that's how. Oh, buddy.
That's okay.
He's pissed.
I honestly don't think Reddick should be upset with that at bat.
Nah.
He can be mad at himself all he wants, and I understand the type of, based on his mannerisms, he just reminds me a lot of my brother, which is not a bad thing. But
just intense.
He should be actually really happy with that at bat. He got Max Scherzer to throw 7 pitches.
Yep.
He didn't strike out in 5. He put up a good fight. He made Max really work for that out. That's a win in the second inning.
Definitely.
That's productive. That's a productive out, I think.
Agreed. All right, so you got George Springer up to bat, 2 outs, 1 on. Oh boy, he wanted that one bad. That was the pitch
Good
too.
Pitch.
Just slightly off speed there.
Change up.
God, I love a good change up mixed up with the fastball if you do it right.
So we got Scherzer. Scherzer's he goes deep into games. What do you think his pitch count is? If he were to not give up any runs for the remainder of the game, how many pitches do you think they let him throw? Knowing that they need him, they're going to need him on short rest for a potential game 5.
No more than 100.
You think so?
I mean, what's max? 110?
I would say 118.
Yeah, that's the number that
let him go deep.
The number that actually like just popped into my head was 112. But I don't know. I think they're going to understand they need him. I don't know. I feel like Dave Martinez has done a pretty good job managing this team, but it's really hard to understand the context with him because of the fact that they had Dusty Baker and Matt Williams before, and both of those were
they
disaster.
won the whole DS just burning out starting pitching, and thank God nobody got injured. But like they have really been, and they got like a gem out of Anibal Sanchez out of nowhere.
Go figure.
But they've really been cruising on their starting pitching alone. And yeah, I guess it's good that Dave Martinez recognized that he could do that with those guys, but long term could even mean into this World Series. That could have like serious repercussions. Like, yeah, we got through the DS, we got through the CS, but Max Scherzer might, we don't know how he's feeling. He might be gassed after having gone through a couple of really long outings. He probably got like 40 outs in the postseason already.
Yeah, something like that for sure. That's a good point. So we're at a 2-2 count here. Springer at the plate. 3-2 count, excuse me. You really don't want to walk him here. 2 outs.
Don't want to walk him.
If you walk him with a Tuve on deck, you're in trouble.
He's going to throw a filthy slider or curveball.
I think he's definitely going slider and out.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. That bit barely.
That
wow.
was so good.
That was a great pitch. That
George Springer is dumbfounded. His
Yeah, he
IQ
is.
is even lower after that pitch.
I like George Springer a lot.
I do too. I'm totally just giving it. He just,
I
had that face on.
I'm also very much. I feel like he hits the soft spot a little bit just because of the stutter and all that, and that's a hell of a thing to be able to come over whenever you've got to talk to the cameras all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that was the thing for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Given someone that doesn't always have the easiest time getting my own words out, I understand how that goes.
Oh, I was just jokingly giving him a hard time.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general. That's why I've always loved him, though.
Yeah. He's also like one of the best leadoff hitters there's ever been.
Yeah, okay, so I want to retract all that. And speaking of not being able to put words together like a dumb shit, so that's a burn on myself. I don't love him.
Retro burn.
I don't love him because of the stutter. I love in spite of that and the fact that he does such good things and is able to kind of bring light to something that the average human deals with. You don't see things that like the average human deals with in athletes very often.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, maybe somebody's a terrible driver and they've just had like a total fear of getting out on the road. Who knows?
There's a lot of those.
God, they're bad drivers.
So true. It's just the worst.
Don't text and drive.
Never. That's just, dude, I love these Sesame Street commercials.
I haven't seen any of these.
Anything involving Bert and Ernie and the Cookie Monster.
It's also an insurance commercial. I wonder if they're talking about not texting and driving.
Grover seems like a text and drive kind of guy.
Yeah. Not to get on my soapbox, I don't get it. Like, I can wait to text Justin back, even if I'm like a 12-hour road trip. Like, I don't need that. Like, what's the fucking big deal? Why can't people just be like, oh, I'm going to focus on, piloting this land missile for like a moment.
Yeah. You're operating heavy machinery.
Yeah.
like that's what it is.
Like 2 tons. 2 tons of steel and aluminum and rubber.
Exactly. Like you can
just fucking focus for a minute. Why? What is so fucking important? I just don't. It eludes me. I'm not. I'm a millennial by definition.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it.
I don't think that's a millennial thing. I think that's a stupidity thing. It really is. Like, come on, what are we doing, people? What are we doing?
Not to go off on a tangent. There's just so much of it here in Atlanta. It just I actively avoid accidents like 3 times a day. My commute is 3 miles.
Yeah, no, you really do. You avoid a lot of accidents.
It's not fun.
It's not. Anyway, it's not good at all.
A lot of texting and driving. I don't get it.
Just don't.
How did we get here? I don't know.
Oh man, how did we ever get here? I mean, we put it at the end of every episode.
We were talking about real men, normal people fears in baseball.
Yes.
Players, and then I said, well, maybe they're really afraid to drive.
Yeah, and then texting and driving came up, which
I just got triggered hard. I triggered myself. Self-trigger.
I'm fine with that because it's something that needs to be talked about more often. If you're listening to this right now, put your phone down and stop listening to it.
To quote Claire, people everywhere in general are assholes.
Awesome. And she hosts a show here.
That's my second favorite Claire quote.
It's definitely up there. What's your favorite?
Nut to butt.
Ah, yes, that's a great one. I need to find that one. That one has definitely gotten lost in the shuffle whenever we move servers, but I'll definitely find it. It's a good one. It's out there somewhere.
Classic McCormick stuff.
I know it. So we got one out already. Little fly out, pop out, if you will.
Top of the lineup, we got Trey Turner up for the second time.
He's good.
He is good. He got a single first at bat.
Nice little. Boy, this is going to be a open and close inning for Cole here.
Garrett Cole's really dealing now. He's settling in nicely. I wonder if he builds the count a little bit just to not be out there for so few pitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just seems like one of those hard ass like strike throwers. I love those guys. There's so few and far between now.
God, he was so underutilized at Pittsburgh.
He was not good in Pittsburgh though. I don't know what key was turned in his repertoire of things that made him, golly,
God, he
96
really
miles an
nailed
hour
the
up
top
top.
of the zone on that one.
But I mean, he's not been good up until this year.
They saw something.
Clearly.
Oh my God, he's just painting corners like crazy.
Is there anything that is more annoying though to a baseball aficionado such as yourself of like all the jokes about painting corners? Like I think back to that one specific commercial where it's like, don't ever ask a baseball guy to paint your house, and it's like the whole like it's like painted all around it but not in the middle. Are these jokes funny? I don't even know. Like they kind of
I've
annoy
never
me.
heard them told, but
Okay.
I would get in on that. If they're overdone, then I guess I just never saw it.
I see that on the MLB network a lot, and I mean they run a lot of the same commercials, so maybe that's why.
I don't have that network any longer.
Wow, golly.
Eden really just barely put contact on a pitch up in the zone outside and slapped it over the third baseline. Bregman couldn't get to it because he's short and stupid.
Yep. So 1 on, 2 outs. He was headed towards a nice inning too there.
It's still going to be
still could be good, but
still could be just fine.
I mean, to really throw like 6 pitches in an inning would have been nice though for him.
God,
that was so close, dude.
Eden. That I mean, I take that back. That was a classic piece of good hitting, not trying to do too much with a poor pitch. Adam Eden really just slapped at it to do what he could, put the ball in play, and got good poor part of the bat on the ball and got a base hit. I was never a power hitter despite my size. I could never really make it happen. So I was always a choke up and slap at it kind of guy, and that's what that was.
That's always my approach too. I don't have the ironically like I have a hard time like I feel my like the left side like as a much weaker like, and I like everybody's dominant handed, right? But like I feel like my left side is way weaker, and so like contact in that way was always tough, but I could always throw the hell out of the ball.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird phenomenon because you think it'd kind of be the same set of skills in a way, but it for whatever reason I can look out of my left eye when I'm standing on a mountain and see the zone really well, but like when I'm on the other side of it, it escapes me. I don't know.
I was just always really bad at weight transfer, like getting
tough,
my
dude.
power from my legs to the bat, and same with throwing the ball, like getting the weight distribution.
You didn't go
the transfer down to throw the ball right. I was never good at that.
That's fair.
It was all top heavy and slapping at it, using my upper body way too much.
That's tough. I was always fortunate enough that golf helped me with that a lot, and that just the general transfer from your back to your front and like doing that quickly and knowing kind of what that feels like when you're doing it properly, it always helped with that.
That's key. I mean, you look at guys like Jose Altuve, he shouldn't be able to do what he does, but he can get those mechanics down solid.
Oh, is he?
Wow.
Did he get him? No. That was close.
We're really like this far apart. We're so close on our streams.
Oh, that was a good throw too. Yeah. He was barely back. Woo.
I love that right now we're right off the bat we saw some small ball, right?
Yep.
Trey Turner got a base hit. He stole second. They tried to bunt him over. That's classic World Series ball. Love it. I didn't know Rendon played at Rice.
I don't think I do that either. Wow.
That's just down the road from you.
Yeah.
5 hours.
That's down the road in Texas.
I know. I love it. Oh, they put a billboard up for him. That's cool. They put a Rice Welcome Home thing up in Houston. Rendon's a guy I can get behind. I like him.
I was noticing today. I do too. I like Rendon a lot. I was noticing today. I have connected to my Time Hop, the website, and I saw that I wrote a blog 1 year ago today. It says Joe Girardi wants to manage the Cubs. I was pretty close on that.
He probably did want to manage the Cubs. It doesn't mean he got it. You're probably right.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything on their manager search front,
Oh boy.
which leads me to
What
believe
are they
they
gonna
want
do?
somebody from one of these two teams.
They're not going to get AJ Hinch.
No, like a bench coach or something.
Like an Alex
All right.
Cora.
Out of the inning.
What the fuck was that?
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
That was odd. Did you happen
Garrett
to see
Cole
the
seemed
news?
to do something weird to the World Series logo on the other side of the foul line after the inning ended.
It did seem that way.
Hmm.
Did you see the new Star Wars commercial yesterday?
No, I haven't actually. To be completely honest, I love all the Star Wars films. I know all the canon, play the video games. I've been too busy with life and work. I've seen, I think, maybe one trailer for the new movie.
Well, it
So
just
no, I haven't
debuted.
seen this one.
It debuted last night.
God,
So you're
the
not
movie
missing
did?
much, is my point.
The movie did?
No, the trailer did.
Oh, Jesus. See, that's just how out of the loop I am.
But that's fine. I mean, you're about as close to the loop as you can be.
I mean, we'll go get tickets to a movie. Like, we'll pre-order tickets before it's even out. Oh, it just said tickets available now. Yeah, we'll do that for sure. We've done it for every one of the. We own all of them. We watch them all the time. It's fantastic.
Man, I know this is a hot take, but Star Wars, I own them. It's just never really been my thing much.
That's okay. You know, not everything needs to be everybody's thing.
Yeah,
I think a lot of fanboys get a little antsy when you say I don't like Star Wars or it's not my, I like it, I don't love it. They're like, what do you mean? Like, shut up, guy.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
Everything's for everyone. There's
100%.
a lot of us out here, and not everybody needs to like your thing.
Exactly. Like I said, I own them, so it's not like I hate them.
Right.
I'm not rushing out to the theater. I don't go to the theater to see almost anything really.
Yeah, we'll do it for a Star Wars. It needs to be an action thing. If it's like a drama or something, like I don't need to be at a theater to see that. I'm not going to blow 14, 15 bucks on one ticket to go see it, let alone two tickets. Like,
Correct.
if I'm really that into that movie that's not action oriented, I'll buy it.
Exactly.
Have it forever.
And watch it on my TV at home where I'm just as comfortable and not paying a ton of money for snacks.
I'm looking at a theater right now.
Right. Exactly. Like that's, yeah. And it just, anymore too, it's not like you have to wait forever for movies to come out.
Right. I mean, I swear, I don't know when this happened. That's a really good call out. Movies would, start in theaters, and then to me, it felt like 6 or 9 months later, they'd be available on DVD or, HD DVD or whatever, Blu-ray. And now it feels like they're out in theaters, and then like 6 weeks later, you can buy it. Is that just me?
No, I definitely think the time is shorter now, but also you have the avenue of streaming that you didn't have as far as getting the DVDs made and getting them out to stores and all that crap. So I think that's a big part of it.
You're probably totally right.
But I do know that there's a lot less lag time than there used to be. That's for sure.
It just seemed like forever when we were kids. It was like, all right, it's done with its theater showing. I actually can't go see it even at the dollar theater anymore.
Ooh,
God, dollar theaters.
Is that still a thing?
Then it was like 6 months later. It's like, all right, I can finally see it again. Now it's like fucking snap of the fingers.
Yep, which is great. I love it.
You'll pay a premium. You'll pay $25 to own that movie, but
yeah,
sometimes it's worth it. We do that with the Star Wars movies, and then I think when we really liked the Queen movie. What was that called?
I don't remember.
Shit, probably a topic for the radio.
Yeah. Mountain Carl and Brandon can get it taken care of for us.
My memory's just a little shot right now.
Yeah.
We bought that one right off the bat. That was great.
That was like the second to last one, something like that. I don't know.
I own it. I should just look it up.
That is true. All right, so we've got Altuve to bat, 2-1, nobody on, 0 outs. Oh, that was the pitch he was looking for too. Fouled it off, 2-2. Oh, J.J. Watt is there. Come on.
God damn it. Whatever. He's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll never forget there was a time where they played the Patriots and they came into Foxborough wearing like high school Letterman jackets.
Oh, no.
And then got beat by like 40. Fly out for Altuve. So every time I think of him, all I think about is him wearing a fucking Letterman jacket.
It's called Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Great movie. Did you watch the Elton John movie, Rocket Man?
No, I haven't seen that. I presume it's of the same ilk.
Yes, very similar. A little more musical-like.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that one yet. Here's your boy, Michael Brantley, batting third. Hasn't produced yet. He should, though. 256 for the postseason. Not horrible. He's faced some really tough pitchers in the Yankees.
Yeah, not bad at all, really. I don't even know if he played like the entire, like every game. I'm texting you this picture of the Letterman jacket right now.
They played the Yankees and the Rays, so I mean, they've faced some good pitchers. So to have batting, oh my god,
it's so bad.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I like that jacket. That's cool. I don't care. I don't care that they lost. That's a cool jacket.
You look like you're in high school.
Whatever. You got to make it fun.
No,
I dig it.
It's not fun. All right.
Yeah, that's a real NFL take, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Make it fun. That's how you lose games. Let's see.
Hey, there's footage of Bill Belichick smiling at a game earlier. So
that was great,
be
dude.
Careful there.
That was great.
Barely smiling.
You would have been proud this morning. So our good friend JB took a stand against me and decided to bet on the Jets last night, even though I told him, don't do this.
Why would he do that? Because they beat the Cowboys.
Don't do this. And he didn't listen to me, and they got trounced 33-0.
God, it's just fucking dick stomped.
Oh, so funny. And so this morning,
there it is.
Oh, let's go. Nice little base hit.
Hitter.
Such a bat on balls kind of guy. I bet Scherzer's blue eye didn't see that one coming. See, I could have said brown eye there. That would have been.
No, I mean, brown eye has other connotations.
Correct.
Blue eye.
Correct. But yeah, he was that he did not come in on the winning end of that. And so this morning I texted him and Kyle a screenshot of the Patriots making a trade, and he made some smart ass comment back, and I said, "Don't be upset because you got tripled over on a bet last night." Nothing.
Don't do it.
Poor guy. Just defend yourself, buddy. You can do it. I know you can do it. Better than anybody. All right. Bregman takes a strike. Was that a strike? Yeah. That was outside, but
that was outside. We got a couple of Philadelphia Eagles fans and Philadelphia Phillies fans in the office. God, I hope they're listening.
I would love for them to take me to a Sixers game.
I'm sure they'd love that. They wear Sixers jerseys from time to time. But the Eagles played the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys beat the shit out of the Eagles. It really wasn't even fair. It was first game where the first game I've seen in a while where the Cowboys actually looked like they were coached appropriately.
Yes.
Not to get too deep into football.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've got an old T-shirt that says "Cowboys Run the East."
Oh, I've got that same shirt.
And it's from Rally House. My sister used to work there.
Mm-hmm.
So I wear it every time the Cowboys win, especially against the Eagles. And I make sure these guys see that shirt. So, and in Slack, the chat tool we have at work, there's an emoji for the Dallas Cowboys. It's just the Dallas Cowboys star. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't say anything. And I said, okay, I'll let the Eagles do the talking. And then I started posting quotes that the Atlantic Journal put out that the Eagles players were saying after the game. One of them said, "They kicked our ass," said Alshon Jeffrey, who led the Eagles wide receivers with 2 catches for 38 yards. And the other one was, "We just got embarrassed on national TV," said Fletcher Cox. And then one of the guys said, "We did get our ass kicked on national TV and we were embarrassed. We fucking blow." And I said, "Yeah, just lean into it. Probably for the best. That's all I needed. I'm done here."
Yeah, perfect. Good for you. I actually own that same shirt, but for a different reason. I lost a bet at one point, and I had to wear that for a week.
That's not too bad.
No, it could have been worse. It wasn't great, though. It didn't feel great.
But where you live, that's like totally normal. Around here, people are like, "Oh, another Cowboys fan."
Right. But it eats at the bane of my existence, really.
Yeah, well, you should feel good being a Pats fan. I mean,
I do
they've
feel
just
good.
been dominant.
So good.
When is that going to end, I wonder?
Someday.
And what are you going to do when that ends?
Feel pretty good about all the Super Bowls they won, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you do?
I mean, they're going to cruise to it. That defense is so good. Anyway, not to get all football like.
No, they've played nobodies. They've played nobodies. The defense is not that good.
That is untrue. They will kill anybody. There's maybe one game on their schedule I'm worried about, and that's the Ravens in 2 weeks.
Well, their strength of schedule is so poor.
They can't control that.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't. How could they control that? They don't make their schedule.
Sure they do.
No, they don't.
It's really, really weak.
It doesn't help that the whole AFC
that doesn't make
much...
their defense good. That makes their strength of schedule weak. Oh,
their defense
just missed that one.
Their defense by the numbers. Oh my God. Oh, they fucked that up.
You boned that one.
Wow.
God.
That is rough.
All right.
Misjudged it.
So Victor Robles probably just broke his wrist.
He looked like that hurt.
Yuri Gurriel hit a pop-up into shallow center field. We got the shortstop, the second baseman, center fielder, left fielder, all headed towards the ball. Victor Robles was probably the closest. I think he's playing center. He dove. His glove came off. Maybe he knocked the wind out of himself.
I think so.
Oh,
it landed
ball
on top of him.
Nailed him in the shoulder. He fell awkwardly and the ball hit him. Anyway, that probably will go down as a base hit for Gurriel. So Gurriel is on second. They stop Brantley at third. Brantley, rightfully so, should still be at third.
Yeah.
But Victor Robles, one of the young talents on the Nationals team, is kind of hunched over and not looking so good.
I think you're right, though. I think he just kind of knocked the wind out of himself.
I mean, the glove popped off his hand almost immediately.
Wear your glove tighter.
Yeah.
That seems like an obvious
solution.
Yeah,
I mean, if you need to dive so hard that your glove's going to pop off, you probably shouldn't dive. But it is the World Series. I mean, the glove came right off.
Yeah, it did.
That's what makes me think there's something up with his wrist.
That would be a significant loss for this team.
Can we just say that the backup did a really good job in throwing the ball almost immediately?
Yes.
No one was backing up 100%. Brantley's scoring from second, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, you would have cleared him out in that case.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And, stopping a guy like Brantley
dangerous.
With the history of injuries is kind of scary.
Because isn't it a calf /
I think he's had an array of injuries, mostly lower body.
Yeah.
I think he's had some shoulder and some forearm. Don't quote me on this. Let's not say.
I like the logo, the Houston logo out in the field and carved into the bushes.
That's fine. I think their uniforms are largely very boring.
Really?
Yes. Look at that fucking helmet. It's a star with an H.
Yeah.
You got your block lettering on the front. I mean, I've seen high school jerseys with more flair.
I guess I'm very much of the, I don't know, like of the opinion a lot of times that less is more. I know what you're saying, though. It is boring.
I like the Nationals jerseys a lot. Nice cursive. A lot going on.
The one thing that bothers me about the Astros jerseys is the fact that the Astros isn't centered across the chest properly.
Not very simple, then. We don't like asymmetry.
No, not as much.
Let's see. That's a good look. Oh, he hit his head.
Yeah, he just kind of, his head bounced off the turf.
He's eating grass right now, not shoe.
Oh, God. The guy's concussed. He's eating grass like a cow in the outfield.
Yeah, I think he just got a little shaken up. He's probably okay.
It's all right. All righty.
He was really going 100%.
Good for him. He should be.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right. Max Scherzer, 26 pitches in the first inning, 22 in the second, and 19 in the third.
Not great.
Not great. He's almost at 70 pitches with 2 outs in the third.
For those that don't know, your usual target count, I would say, is 15 to 16 pitches an inning. for a clean inning.
And after 100, you're liable to be nearing 100. You're liable to be pulled from a game.
Yeah, your arm is close to falling off.
So they say.
That's
This
what
guy's
they-
not made of human parts, though.
Good point. Has he had any Tommy Johns or anything like that?
I don't know.
This would have been a good thing to look at when we were looking at his stats earlier, but we've moved on.
I can do this.
Seems like something you could do.
Indubitably.
Right. Oh, what are you doing, Correa? What are you swinging at bullshit for? This is the World Series. All right, let's hit a break in the half inning, get some water, beers, all that.
Cool.
And we'll be right back. All right, so the Great Sambino's on his way back. We just had a moonshot from Juan Soto. Nearly shattered the glass in the back. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, Sam, that thing nearly shattered the back windows. Nice.
He did a good hitting thing.
Yeah, he did.
I have a good Marty expression to throw out when we go back on the air.
Oh, we're back, buddy. So let's hear it.
Oh, so Marty, who was on the stream for the last ALCS game that we covered, Marty traditionally would have called someone like Juan Soto a lethal weapon.
A lethal weapon. Okay. I like it.
And that's what he just put on display. It was incredible.
We have a guest of the show, Miss Pepper. Hello, Miss Pepper.
This is Pepper.
I love Miss Pepper. She's awesome.
Pepper is almost 10 months old. She's pretty well behaved. She gets really excited about people.
Ooh, Howie.
As Justin and Claire can attest.
Yes.
But largely just a little bit of a fluff ball.
Love her. Can't wait to see her whenever you guys come in December.
Yeah, she'll be with us. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Indeed. So we had a fly out from Howie.
There's just no way he's going to be as good as he was in the NLCS, right? I mean, that was like, he can't keep that up.
No.
He's also just not that good.
Correct. He's fine. He's just fine.
I'm just fine.
So we're back to an all-square game. 1 out, top of the 4th.
2-2.
2-2. Are we 2-2?
Wow.
Oh, 2-2. Sorry. I thought you meant
2-2. Sorry.
the count. Yeah.
Might as well be 0-0. But Garrett Cole's got the pitch count lead for sure.
He's throwing 51.
He's pitched, 20 less pitches than
Scherzer.
Max Scherzer with, a whole extra inning under his belt.
Pretty good. Now, who behind the hitting coach? Who's this portly fellow sitting there on the bench?
I hope he's a bad boy, but he really just looks like
he looks lazy.
He looks like he loves White Castle.
So glad you went with White Castle there. I would like to let you know. So we had a third strikeout from Garrett Cole. Beautiful. I would like you to know that you have recently changed my life.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to hear more about that because I don't see how that's actually possible.
I have nearly texted you this just about every morning for the past couple of weeks since I've been back from Atlanta. Oh, there's the baseball right next to the train tracks.
Oh,
beautiful. I love the train tracks, dude. The train tracks are the coolest thing about that place.
Minute Maid's pretty cool.
It is. When I was in Atlanta, you showed me the magic that is cold brewing coffee the right way. Changed my life.
Easy peasy, man.
It is incredible. The taste is a billion times better. It's all around one of my favorite things, period.
There's no cleanup, very little cleanup. The cleanup is like, once every couple days.
Versus making it every morning.
No like smelly filters or anything like that. You got like the same cold brew canister situation.
Same exact setup you've got with the grinder and everything.
Yeah, I think that's good. I'm glad that there's been a positive change in your life.
Yes.
Due to the exposure you got while you're here. I would say the best part of that is it really doesn't matter what kind of coffee you buy because the cold brew process basically strips it of all like nuanced characteristics and flavor.
Yes.
So you just kind of get like whatever's available in bean form and just cut it coarse and you're good to go.
Exactly. We had a beautiful strikeout from Garrett Cole here.
That was unbelievable.
Ooh.
This is a good game.
It is a great game. This is the best game we've streamed yet.
Yeah, we've the one that we streamed with Marty. All the action happened in the first inning, and we went almost all the way through. I think we went through 8
full innings. We didn't go live till the second inning, so we weren't even on the air for all the action.
Jesus.
That's all right though. That is all right. Well, we're mid-4th. Garrett Cole is cruising. Max Scherzer, he's having a good game too. So I don't take anything away from him there, but we're moving right along here. It feels like a lot of people have been bitching that all these games and everything have been very slow, which I don't necessarily disagree with that. Do you?
I don't I don't disagree that they've been slow, but that doesn't mean they were bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We can call them snooze fest, but like if I wasn't streaming with you guys, I would be in tune with every pitch.
Yeah, we're pretty close on these. It's like easier when it's the World Series, though.
That's true. That is true. It is easier when it's the World Series. Like you have to be there paying attention, and anything can happen at any point in any game, but it seems more important when it's the World Series because it is.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is about the aura of it that's great. I love that.
It's the last series of the game. It's it's the NL against the AL. We've got our bracket completed.
Yep.
Where this is the last showdown. It's really, really cool. And baseball is such a grind. There's so many regular season games that teams they're not laying on the gas for the last third of the season. And then when the postseason hits, they are really going all out every play, and you see the best that each team has to offer. And I think that makes a huge difference from a viewer standpoint.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think you're right. I mean, we've been watching all of this since April. Like, it's been a long summer, and we typically lose interest around September, September area.
God, I had a couple weeks where I was like, I just can't.
So I think next year, the way that we remedy that, because I was right there with you, is we take our outfielder trip during that time. So that way we stay somewhat engaged. And after listening to Marty talk about the Hall of Fame and everything the other night, it feels like that's something we need to do.
I would do a Hall of Fame trip. That'd be awesome.
Because I think that we could make a Hall of Fame trip and then also hit at least a Mets game or a Yankees game, if not both, if we really, really book it.
Yeah. So, we'd have to, you mean book it in terms of move fast or book it early?
Both.
Well, I can drive fast.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not worried about that part of it.
That would be cool.
I feel like how could we have not have done this? Like it just seems like we review a lot of historical stuff, or at least Ben does, and we're both very interested in that, and we don't necessarily have the background from some of those times, and so it would be just cool to be able to go back and look at some of the memorabilia and all that stuff.
I agree. Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I'm a big memorabilia guy as far as seeing it. I don't like collecting it, to be honest.
I would collect it, except like storing it, and then like,
yeah, I know.
Is it an investment? Am I trying to enjoy it?
Yeah.
Is it both? Like, I don't have the energy for that. I have too many other hobbies, I guess. I feel like I'm stretched a little thin on this stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like JB has one of the most impressive bobblehead collections I've seen. Like, he really does. He has hundreds of them. And
hundreds.
Literally, he spent so much time collecting them and everything. And that's awesome. But like, I don't have that many to even consider it a collection in the first place.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of like it falls flat to me a little bit,
Yeah. My goal is to do all of the things I'm interested in really well.
Yes.
And I'm interested in too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be a good cook, and I like cars, and I like baseball and video games.
Yeah.
And I can't actually do them all well enough. And that's like pretty much constantly in conflict, where I'd like to be like a 9 out of 10 in everything. I'm probably a 7 out of 10 in too many things.
Yeah. I'm 100% right there with you.
So I can't get on board with the memorabilia thing. I mean, I've got a couple things here and there that I've inherited.
Same.
But they're not like of any real importance. They're just kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're of value to you.
I'm not going to spend money on that.
Exactly. I think that's where my head's at too. I admire it. It's not for me, unfortunately.
I dig it. I appreciate it. I like that other people have collections. I don't want to be a collector.
Yeah.
Collector to me is another word. Well, it's another word for hoarder.
Yeah, it could definitely be looked at that way if you don't do it the right way.
And I would definitely do it the wrong way.
Agreed, me too, because I just don't care enough about it. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
And like Jason's got the patience to like look for them on eBay and make sure that, to win the bid and all that stuff. And that's awesome. I don't have the time or patience for it.
That's awesome. I love that stuff. I love seeing other people do that really well. I'm actually a little envious of that. The same way I'm envious of people who can be bilingual. Like, I I'm sure I could scientifically do that. Like it's actually possible,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have the energy or time or the wherewithal to make that sort of commitment. And people who can do that stuff, it's props to them. Good work.
Absolutely, man. I'm 100% with you. All right, so we've got 1-2 count, one on, no outs. Not a great situation. Matt Scherzer's at 75 pitches. You've got Maldonado on the mound, who's laid down like 3 bunts in a row,
Yeah.
all of which have been foul tips. And you just kind of, it doesn't seem like, I don't know if Scherzer is struggling with control a little bit tonight or if Suzuki's not framing his pitches. It seems like a control issue, though.
Control for sure. Suzuki's actually saved
A lot.
I would argue 2 runs by blocking some of these overthrown pitches.
Definitely.
He's really jerking the ball a lot.
Yeah, it does feel like he's just trying to throw it hard, and that doesn't always end up with.
So, I mean, let's fast forward. Let's give Scherzer the benefit of the doubt. Let's fast forward 2.5 innings. He's thrown 110 pitches, and we're in the 6th inning ish. Who do they bring in?
I don't even know who's in their bullpen, to be real honest with you.
They're really bad. I mean, you got Doolittle is like your 9th inning guy.
Let me look. Let me see who's on the roster here.
It's not a good situation for Martinez to have to manage that. I mean, they've been cruising through the NLDS and NLCS just with starters. I mean, they got a gem out of Anibal to get them out of a bind. In the DS, I don't see this going really well.
So, okay. So while we're on this subject, real quick, I do have a complaint about the MLB at Bat app. In the postseason, the way that they lay out lineups whenever you go into a live game is different than how they lay it out in the regular season, where you don't really have the pitching stats.
Oh boy.
Just a
ooh. That was bad base running. Giordani should have been tagging up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a deep, deep fly ball to center.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. So
they're ready to launch, and he was at second, headed back to first. That's not good.
So you've got Daniel Hudson.
Yep. Not Dakota Hudson.
Correct.
Hudson.
Another complaint about the at-bat at-bat app, whenever you click on a player and then go back, it takes you back to the other original team. There's
a customer. We'll figure this out for them.
True. They do listen to us, it seems. So we have to be careful what we tell them.
Is this true?
No, I don't know. Maybe. They should. They should have eight players. No, we're not going there.
I like that take. I stand behind it.
I'm with you. I don't think Ben likes that take at all.
That's okay. Ben's allowed to not like things.
Ben, yeah, I agree. Ben likes that take less than I thought he would, actually. I thought he would actually think that's really funny.
It's an equitable change for both orgs.
That's what I'm saying. We worked all this out in fairness alone.
I mean, they're already trimming the minor league system. You guys outlined that pretty well the other day.
Yeah, I mean, cutting a quarter of the teams definitely seems like it does it.
Again, sorry I missed that episode, but y'all did a great job.
Oh, thanks, man.
Talking about that stuff.
Yeah, I love breaking down that stuff and really talking about how they can make the league better, more efficient, and all that stuff, and the ins and outs of that. I love that stuff, and I think that's I understand why I don't know. I understand why that leaves jobs out there and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have a better product overall. I think that's what matters.
I agree.
All right, so 0-1 count, 1 out, 2-2, 1 on, Reddick at bat, outside change up, little slider action maybe.
Maybe a change up that just squirreled away.
It's really hard to tell with the way he's all over the place.
Yeah, I think hitters, are they noticing this yet? I can't tell.
Feels like they're laying off more.
Usually you can tell when hitters know that a pitcher's a little off base.
Ooh.
With his control or a little wily, they'll just like take way more.
Yep.
I mean, Reddick's going to take all the way just to work the pitch count, work Scherzer's pitch count up.
Smart. 6 strikeouts, 0 groundouts, 4 flyouts.
That's it's not that good.
Not awesome. 81
wants-
pitches. Yeah, he did it again. Drop.
So you're rooting for the Astros then?
Definitely. Monetarily and in spirit.
Same state,
Yep.
same state power.
Sure. Why not?
I would be really torn if it were Astros Braves here.
Yes, for sure. I feel like I
Do
would
you
too.
think it would be Astros Braves if they just hadn't melted down that one game? I mean, I believe that team had what it took to get to the NLCS.
I think so too. I would worry. I mean, if everything else shook out the way it did, I would worry that they wouldn't have been able to get past this Nationals team, to be honest. The pitching was really good.
I mean, they've really looked good. Finally on a stage where they're getting recognition for it.
I wonder if we're going to see your boy Fernando Rodney at some point.
Oh, we'll see Rodney for sure. I bet he goes in right after Scherzer on the cart, whatever they've got
Oh,
in
the
Houston,
bullpen
whatever.
cart. Fuck that, dude. I wouldn't let that bullpen cart into my stadium if I were the Astros.
Should we talk scientifically about slow walkers if he comes on, or should we not?
Yeah, we'll get there because he will definitely ride the cart at some point.
Ride the cart,
Riding the cart for sure.
as one does.
So we're at 84 pitches, a 2-0 count, 1 on, 2 outs,
inning.
bottom of the fourth, tied 2-2.
It's not boding well for him getting through even 5.
It's really not.
He's working hard.
He's got Chris Sale arms.
Chris Sale's even lankier than him.
He is,
God,
for
he's
sure.
still throwing heat, though.
95 at the bottom. The zone is pretty. 2-1 count.
He needs to take a quick beat. He's just like really
Just
antsy
trucking.
up there.
Yeah. He's the opposite of John Lester.
God, John Lester's exhausting.
What I do worry about for Scherzer here is it does seem like he shakes Kurt Suzuki off a lot.
Like he's trying to manage the game.
Yeah, and I get that. And like to a certain point, he's earned that. But
Don't you have to work with your guy, even
Yeah.
if you've earned that right?
he's shaking him off almost every pitch. Or every pitch.
Well, he's welcome to do that, but if he's jerking fucking fastballs blown away, that's not good.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
he
gone to
knows
the
it too. He was just shaking it. There's just a great shot of Scherzer just looking down, just shaking his head like, son of a bitch, I'm
Yep.
fucking this up.
He knows. He's a smart pitcher, though.
He's incredibly smart. He's trying to work through it. He needs to calm down a little bit and just like he actually needs to be a little more John Lester here, I think.
Yeah, just slowed it. Oh, my God. George Springer wanted that one
God,
really
he
bad.
looked so stupid swinging at that.
Yeah, he did.
Scherzer needs to take a beat. He needs to take like a long, that 3/4
Breather.
walk around the mound, like, I'm going to lean into it and walk from 12 all the way to 3. And
Yeah. See, I'm fine with that if you're pitching at the rate he is.
generally, and I think he could do well to calm down just a tad.
Just a hair.
And if it takes him 87 pitches to do that, that's not a good sign either.
Is he
It was
just
good.
walked him? Is he just worried that he's going to throw off his rhythm? He must be.
Could be.
Dave Martinez continually looks a little bit lost in the dugout.
How has he not come and calmed his pitcher down?
That seems odd, but
There's been no mound visits at all, and he's clearly struggling. He's visibly struggling.
I could also see though Scherzer not being one that wants that often.
He doesn't want that, but it's not about what the pitcher wants.
Yeah, I guess.
It's about what the pitcher needs.
He reminds me of John Lackey a lot.
Ugh. Lester and Lackey, 2 of my least favorite pitchers.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see it, I guess. I'll always have a soft
Temperamental
spot for
and
Lester, but
needy.
I get where you're coming from.
Ooh, we wanted that one.
Yeah, he
it
did.
was 77.
2 on.
Altuve almost went and sat down after one pitch. He was
I
like,
know.
I fucked that up.
Just count the out. Let's move on.
That's right.
So we got 2 on, 2 out, 2 on, 0-1 count, bottom of the fourth. Scherzer's at 89 pitches. We keep highlighting this. I think that's really important.
It's really not that far into the game to be at 90 pitches.
No, it's really not.
and no one is going to talk to him. Kurt Suzuki's not coming and having a mound visit. No Dave Martinez.
That's odd as
They're-
well, actually.
Well, he is a hothead, and he doesn't want anyone to come say hello to him to calm him down. But he is really overthrowing the ball a lot.
Someone needs to come and shove a good old-fashioned lipper in his mouth. That'll calm him down.
Or make him vomit on the rosin bag.
Wasn't there a situation where a pitcher vomited on the mound this year? I'm pretty sure there was.
Oh, I'd venture a guess and say that happens every year. We just don't always hear about it.
Yeah. Ooh, we wanted that one too.
Yeah, you're a little behind. Look at him throw that bat. Altuve, small man.
Dirt cam.
Love it.
Love the dirt cam. The technology on the dirt cam seems still lacking just a tad.
Scherzer's got Altuve here, though. He's at a 1-2 count. He can throw whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. He's going to throw some bullshit here, I bet.
Well, he should, right?
Yep.
Try and get out of the inning.
Absolutely.
Kurt's been blocking everything all night.
Mm.
It was a good take. He knew that was coming. My God, 92 pitches through 4 innings. 3 2/3, really. Max Scherzer's brown eye. Looking at Altuve's brown eyes. Ooh, ground ball.
Wow.
Foul.
Foul. Okay, so I love this. So I looked this up, and I love this headline that says, Brewers pitcher Adrian Hauser vomits violently on the mound, ... again.
Like it's happened more than once this season.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Okay.
Oh my God, this
Don't watch it.
I'm not. I'm gonna put this in Slack because
Fantastic.
the one picture of it just really sums it up perfectly.
It looks like just a hose out of his mouth.
It does.
Poor guy. Drank too many crispy boys last night.
That'll happen.
All right, full count, 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the 4th. Scherzer's just gassed.
Big moment for Scherzer here. He's gonna get out of this, I bet.
94. Huh?
I think he's gonna get out of this.
He always gets out of it. I'm sick of that.
You don't want to let Altuve go.
He throws him a hard strike, right?
Almost certainly, yeah. Probably up and away. He loves that up and away pitch. He can't locate it for crap, but he loves that.
I'd go middle away.
Yeah, I could see that.
In the zone, though, and 97.
I'm going to go 96.
Oh, God, that's not at all what we
79.
expected. It's
Wow.
like fucking breaking ball down and away, down and in at 79. Ugh.
It's a good pitch, though.
Mind games. These are the mind games between pitchers and batters that just you can't really understand unless you're there.
Exactly.
We can visualize it as much as we want, like talking about it and everything and thinking about, all right, well, here's what I think he's going to throw. But Jesus, that was just incredibly different than what we've seen Max do
Okay.
in the past.
Probably going to go shaking him off here.
Yep.
He's going to go fastball that I think probably middle away is probably right here. And you're probably looking at like 94. He's going to take a little something off it, I think. Not much, though.
I don't think so.
You can't
I
do
think
that with
Altuve's
Altuve.
got that 95 one in his head.
Mm. Oh, oh my God.
Oh, good
Oh
play.
my God, dude. That pitch location was bad. That could have been way worse.
He was not, Altuve was not looking dead center at
Nope.
86.
Nope. All right, out of the inning. I
It's like
knew
a
he was
failed
gonna get out of it.
changeup.
I knew he was going to get out of that. That seemed like it was head that way.
He always does. He's a good pitcher.
He is. Got to know your spots.
Some say Max Scherzer's a good pitcher.
Some being you.
Many.
Yes. I would agree with that. I'm excited for an Orchid pitcher, though. I'm excited for our boy, Strasburg.
Yeah, I agree. That's going to be fun. I wonder what Kornheiser thinks of this team right now. I haven't listened to his takes at all.
I don't ever listen to his takes, so.
Oh, I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, not my guy.
He's not my guy. I know he's a national homebody.
Yeah, it's true. I do enjoy, so like I've always hated Mike Francesa.
Yeah.
And as a general rule, and we've talked about this at nauseum, I'm pretty sure that I don't like anybody who thinks the louder they are, the more right they are.
Yep.
That is a very big annoyance to me. However, I have enjoyed him in his old man stage where he's just doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks as far as whether they're right or wrong. Like there was a thing I was listening to where he was digging in on, it was whenever Mariano Rivera got into the Hall of Fame unanimously, and there was a big discussion about why Jackie Robinson didn't get in unanimously, and it's like, well, don't you think racism probably played a part in that? And he was just like, no, absolutely not. It just was not having any of that discussion. And it's like, dude, yes, it did. Come on, what are you talking about? You know, he's just that old man, like, I'm not giving in on this. And it's just the more he continued to dig in, the worse he looked. And it just makes me laugh so much.
Enough of a part.
Right? It just makes me laugh every single time.
It's ad nauseum.
Yes. Oh, God, what do we have here? There you go. That's why I headlined it, at least.
That's so funny that he thought racism wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
Like the guy hadn't already experienced enough racism.
There's movies about it.
Somehow that wouldn't still be a problem when he was eligible.
So funny, dude. And that's what it's like I said, it's not the take, it's just the old man. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not coming off this horse no matter what you say.
Those takes are amusing, but they get exhausting.
For sure. I don't listen to him because it's 4 hours a day.
The other, so you talked about somebody who's super loud and that somehow makes them right. I run into a lot of people who believe that simply speaking more words at me makes them more right.
I love that you're using the word speak or the phrase speaking words at me here.
Yeah, because
that's exactly what it is.
Listening. I mean, you're not speaking to me, you're speaking at me.
Correct.
And I've had to tell people that exactly. Like you speaking more words at me doesn't make you right.
You and I have actually been on a campaign to cut the amount of words we say down at times.
Yes.
Why use more word when less do fine?
Save time.
Correct. So funny.
Yeah, it just I won't get into work too much, but we came up with like a charter for how we're going to work with one another, and one of my themes for the group was no bullshit, please.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think we abide by those rules on this show as well. Typically.
I'm full of bullshit many times.
But you act like you know what you're talking about, and that's all that matters.
I act what I know I'm talking about, and I'll also totally like go back on what I say if it's been established that was total crap. Ooh, I'm not afraid to be like, yeah, that was wrong. I'm sorry.
So this is the first. So I'm with you 100%. I'm the first to put my hand up whenever I'm wrong on something like that. I did it on PC yesterday.
It's a very important part of life.
It sure is. It's. I think this was the first time in this game that we've seen the double pitch thing where they show.
So cool.
I think that's awesome.
It's great.
So
it's a little deceptive, though. It's like, what am I looking at?
You got to pay attention, and then you're good. Not that that's a problem for us because we're watching this pitch by pitch, but you know. So
it's not like I'm driving. I mean, I'm paying attention as much as I can. It's tough still.
You're not texting either, so good shape.
Not right now.
There's just to put things in comparison, so we're at the top of the 5th inning here. We got no outs, 1 on, 2-2. Got Washington bunting here, but Cole is at 64 pitches, so over 30 pitches less than Scherzer through the same amount of time.
Even more time.
Yep. Pretty bad.
Pretty bad for Scherzer. I mean, if they bring up a guy like Fernando Rodney in the bottom of the 5th in the World Series, I mean, you can get one of two guys from Rodney. He's going to give up 4 earned, or he's going to give up no earned.
But he's going to load the bases and get out of a jam.
No matter what.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Now you got 2 on, no out. Base hit for Robles. He reminds me of Rafael Devers a lot.
Victor Robles?
Yeah, the way he plays, his stature, all that.
Robles is a little lighter on his feet than Dr. Devers.
Yeah, Devers needs to lose a little bit of the baby fat.
Yeah, he's a Pablo Sandoval in training. You don't like that. I'm sorry.
I hope not, dude.
Anything but that.
Talk about something that will really rain on my parade.
It's a real belt buster.
That was deep.
Sorry.
No, you're not. You shouldn't be. It was a horrendously terrible thing that happened to my team.
Some people are fat.
He's enormous. I don't think he deserves good things. He doesn't deserve the love in San Francisco that he gets, or Smash Mouth to defend him.
Smash Mouth, my God.
That was one of my favorite Twitter beefs, though.
What's your other favorite Twitter beefs?
I've been blocked by a few NBA players.
Oh?
Yeah, for just giving them a whole ration of shit whenever they deserve it. And,
yeah.
They don't tend to like to hear that sometimes.
That's okay.
Yeah. We got into it notoriously with a bunch of Ohio people last year for...
Ohio people? That's pretty broad. Is there any way to narrow this down?
So there isn't much to narrow, because essentially what happened was Urban Meyer had a guy on his coaching staff who beat the hell out of his wife. And so me and Jason got into it with him on Twitter a little bit, and we're really calling him out for it. And he was being a real asshole about it and not owning up to his shit, even though there are pictures and all that out there and whatnot. And then all these
proven.
Yeah, and then all these backwoods Ohio people kind of came out of the woodwork and started defending this clown, and it was just an absolute melee. We body bagged like 100 of them. It was great.
I like how you're using physical violence terms like melee and body bags.
Yeah. I claimed 100 lives
really
that day.
Just defending yourself on Twitter.
I claimed 100 lives that day because those people are dead from what I said to them. Whatever it was.
Do you have 100 skulls on the side of your F-16 or something?
Always. It's on the side of my car, actually.
They're notched into your fucking M4 carbine?
Yes.
Ben would get that one.
Yeah, he would. I actually followed that too, but yeah, it's good.
Good.
I don't fancy myself as the World War II or I or any of the history buffs that you guys are, but I dig.
I like all of that stuff reasonably. I think Ben dives quite a bit deeper, and I feel like I would learn a lot and enjoy all of it.
Yeah,
I can speak colloquially about all that stuff.
He is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got runners in the corners, 1 out, 2-2.
It was a productive out by Trey Turner. I think he just sack flied. We got a runner moved from second to third. We got Adam Eaton up to bat. He's been slapping at the ball all night. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a productive out here, even if he just slaps it to the wrong side or the right side of the infield.
This feels
ominous.
Yeah, a bit. This is not a huge situation for Garrett Cole, though. So, I mean, it seems like he should be able to cruise out of this somehow.
He just needs a double play ball.
Yeah.
Or something
that was
shallow
beautiful.
or a strikeout.
He
can induce all of those things.
I love that Nolan is sitting back there just judging. It's not what I would have thrown.
Seriously.
Nolan would have just thrown right at the guy's head.
I know. Come at me, Ventura. I mean, Eden.
Good old Robin Ventura. What an asshole. We should do some historical pieces of shit in the offseason. Oh,
and
boy.
try and include Nolan Ryan. Is that what you're saying?
No, I respect the hell out of Nolan Ryan. I like him a lot.
Runs.
Runs. Suzuki scores 3-2 Washington. 2 on, 1 out still. Better be careful here, Cole.
What a game.
What a game. Feels like the Houston offense has been largely quiet tonight.
Very quiet.
Gotten guys on, but just haven't really gotten them across the plate, it seems like.
Yeah, and I think Cole's been out pitching Scherzer. But you're right. I think it's come down to the offense somehow. That's really not what we would have expected.
So
the
far,
game's not
anyway.
over, obviously. And we're going to get deep into the Washington bullpen, it would appear.
Jesus, first time pitching while trailing since 9-2 versus Milwaukee.
Oh my God, that's like not 100 days. Jesus, that's like
there you go. There's your double play.
7 starts.
Oh, he was safe.
Starts. Out. Yeah, he was safe. Shit. It's so much harder to turn to in the playoffs.
Sure is.
Everyone's running off the bat every time.
Oh, here's our boy.
Can we just talk briefly about Bryce Harper not being on this Nationals team?
Yeah, do you think that's an addition by subtraction situation? Ooh, dude, that was pretty close.
I do not think that.
I don't either. I think people that think that don't know what they're looking at.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think he was there.
Dude, that's really close.
I know, but he's definitely out.
Yeah.
Or sorry, safe. Definitely safe.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper definitely hung in there when they were good for many years. They had a lot of shots at being good, and he got more money elsewhere. Like, who's not going to take that? Yeah, I'm sure he could recognize the talent that's on the Washington national squad and say, yes, maybe I'll take less and be on this national squad again. But like, if you're Bryce Harper, you're going to not do Phillies money?
Well, it's more that they tried to pay him for like 50 or 60 years. That's the problem here.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. I would hate to get too deep into that, but you're right.
They did. They tried to pay him till like 2072.
Right. That's true. It was all about quicker money.
Yeah,
and he stuck around. It was the same squad for a bit.
Yeah,
and it wasn't working out, and he didn't see it panning out. And of course, he made that snafu at the press conference to say, can't wait to bring a title to DC or whatever. And totally almost coming true.
Yeah, but I also, first of all, like, that's got to be somewhat instinctual, just given that that's where you've spent his whole career. So, like,
right, it was like 8 years or something.
Slip of the tongue. It happens. And I think he's probably happy for these guys.
I bet so. I bet
he said
he's
as much
with some of these guys.
I mean, I love that they ask him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I am," as if he's going to say anything else.
Yeah, I guess. Who would they? I don't know. I don't know about that. Seems like he could very well say something else, like, "Yeah, I'm not happy. I hated that place." He could say whatever he wanted.
Sure, but I mean, we've talked about it too. Like, it's kind of an unwritten rule that you just don't talk about another clubhouse.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, I mean, I think the clubhouse is probably better off without him. The locker room situation. I mean, really, you lose Papelbon, you lose Jason Worth, you lose Bryce Harper. What you're left with is this young core who are super strong, and then led by Ryan Zimmerman,
right,
and Anthony Rendon.
The right amount of veterans.
Strasburg are all of a sudden the veterans on the team, and still somehow very young also.
It's the right amount of veterans kind of thing.
Right. Well, Kurt Suzuki's also in there, and they've got Howie Kendrick, who's a veteran. I wouldn't consider him like a strong presence in the locker room, but
every bit counts, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I don't think it's
that is brutal. That's at least another run 2 score, dude.
Wow. Oh, that should have been caught.
Wow. That's 2 scored. That's rough. 5-2 Washington. 1 in scoring position, 2 outs. This has been a bad inning for Cole. What kind of
That
leash
should
do
have
they
been
give him
caught,
here?
though.
Yes,
Let's
it
be
should have.
honest. I mean, it bounced at like nipple level.
What kind of leash do they give him here?
A long one.
Yeah.
That was not a bad pitch. Ooh, it was middle in.
Middle in. Nice barrel on ball.
Don't pitch to Soto is what I'm hearing. He's got a solo home run.
Yeah, dude.
And this should have been caught.
For sure.
Gurriel looks at the wall, or sorry, Brantley looks at the wall like he injured his wrist or something.
It was the wall's fault.
He should have caught that.
For sure. Yikes.
Oh, well. Sorry for the bad recommendation.
Oh, please. If you can't shrug that off, then... And we're still got 4 innings left here.
Yeah. 4 innings, 2 of which will probably, at the least, will be Nationals bullpen.
For sure.
It's not over.
Not
I
any
don't
close.
think they yank Cole. But there's something to be said for yanking Cole. You yank him now. He's had a light outing. You could definitely pitch him on short rest.
Yeah.
You yanked him now and relied on the bullpen, knowing that you're going to get into the Nationals bullpen.
There's going to be a bullpen game somewhere here for the Astros, I would think.
Yeah, if we get into a game 5, 6, there'll be some strong bullpen action.
I'd be willing to say that you probably see it at game 4.
Game 4 would be Urquidy or Peacock or somebody on short rest. Cole on short rest.
You may even use Peacock for a few innings and then rely on the bullpen for the rest. Ooh. Love the 80s haircut that Garrett Cole's got.
I've got a shirt that has a picture of a guy's face. It's like just his head and his mouth. And he's yelling something and it just says, "Cut your mullet."
Awesome.
Garrett Cole needs to cut his mullet.
It's okay. It's not really a mullet, is it?
Well, with the hat on, it's hard to say.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. Oh, they needed that more than anything. Whew.
Wow.
They needed that for sure.
Yeah, I guess you're like 4 or 5 seconds ahead of me then.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
They need it out of that inning.
Hard yes. Oof. No me gusta.
No. Well, we're cruising right along. This has been pretty slow though, right?
It has not. It's been riveting, but yeah, I mean, action-wise, not that great.
And it's not like Scherzer's been working at a slow rate.
No, he's been firing pitches in there, like a shitload of those pitches. It's different having to talk through the game, I guess. Like if I'm watching this by myself, I'm happily enjoying it. Not to say that I'm not enjoying talking through it, but it definitely puts a different spin on things.
It definitely does. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're looking for the live reactions anyway, so it's one of those things, I guess. But I just feel like I think you have more commercial breaks and everything, obviously, in the playoffs, and that makes a big difference.
You do have more commercial breaks because there's more pitching changes. And the commercial breaks that you do get in between innings are longer. That actually, I'm curious if you think that impacts pitchers more because, they're used to, they play 162 games. Let's say every starting pitcher plays 30 games where they have to warm up for a set amount of time. And then somehow in the playoffs, that is expanded if that influences their performance at all.
I can't imagine that it does because I think what ends up happening is that it's not on a delay necessarily, but they're able to chop stuff pretty quickly to get you caught back up.
Or they could just take more time between their warm-up pitches. It's not like they're going to have to do more warm-up pitches if they don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've been a pretty big proponent of just eliminating warm-up pitches altogether.
It's true. Just get that shit done somewhere else.
Yeah, like a bullpen.
Or not at all.
Or a bullpen where you warm up.
So I heard a really interesting take where, the quality of the balls has clearly been different between regular season and postseason.
Yes.
And the MLB came out and said, hey, they all came from the same batch from the manufacturer. That's fine. We know that there can be a lot done to baseballs after the manufacturing process to alter their hit ability or their trajectory on home runs or whatever.
Correct.
I would love the scenario that I heard out basically described by somebody else, where you don't know the quality of the ball being put into the game. Like you might have a rocket ball put into play by a pitcher and, oh shit, it's a juice ball. Or you don't really know. It could be a really piece of shit ball that's just going to be dead.
I think hitters would love that. I think pitchers would hate that. And honestly, I don't blame them necessarily.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, the MLB is pretty much already doing this, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, they own Rawlings, so I mean, which is kind of astounding that it took them that long to buy Rawlings in the first place.
Yeah, it's true. But who knows what type of ball is going to be put into a game between postseason and regular season? Like they're clearly controlling it already. Why not institute a little more chaos?
For sure. There was a time in the NBA, it was probably mid 2000s or so, when it was, I know it was early on in Mark Cuban's tenure, but he noticed the difference in using synthetic leather. Oh, so you've got Patrick Corbin warming up in the bullpen. Interesting.
Ooh.
Very interesting. But you had he noticed a pretty big difference in the way that leather basketballs bounce versus your synthetic leather. And he actually had tests done to prove that they bounce differently and at different heights, however they test that. And so and they fixed it. And you got to think that baseball will be able to do something like that. Other than the fact that
they
want
know what they're doing.
Right. But other than the fact that they want juice balls in there is the point. Otherwise they do something about it.
Ugh, that's really annoying to me.
Me too. It just, once again, is kind of baseball not getting it. I don't know why they're so bad at all of this stuff, man. I don't get it.
We should work in baseball.
I've been saying it for years, and there's 7 manager openings out there right now that we're happy to have our resume in for. So, give us a call.
manage a lot of these podcasts. You're very well versed in all the sports. Which sport would you want to work in the most?
Baseball for sure. Basketball would be a pretty close. Do what?
You're just saying that because you're on the baseball pod.
No, I've overall, baseball's always been my go-to sport. I've always loved baseball, and so I think baseball, and then I'd probably, I don't know, like, are we just simply looking at like which would I rather do overall, or are we taking into account like some of the toxic environment things and whatnot?
No. Which one do you want? Well, I think you would take that into account when you make your holistic decision on which one you want to be in. It's
true.
Which one do you want to be in? So the latter, but the former is definitely a part of that, right?
Definitely. Baseball is definitely high on that list. And then I would probably go, man, I love football too. It really just depends on the day. Basketball and football are very close. I mean, I would do any of the three. So, but I think I'm most knowledgeable about basketball and baseball. Although I've definitely increased my football knowledge over the years too, though, over the last few years. So this stuff kind of forces you to do so.
Oh yeah.
But I'm watching like so much of it anyway. I mean, we watch for the basketball show. Each of us watch over 100 games a year easily.
Wow.
I mean, it's a long season. I mean, hell, I have Maverick season tickets, so I go to 27 of those a year, right there.
That's so much.
Yeah, but I mean, from now until April, it's not that bad.
Or we got Scherzer at 112, 107 pitches.
Yep.
You said he'd be pulled at 112. I said 118.
Mm-hmm.
It really does depend on what inning he ends at, though. I mean, he could end at 112 now.
If he can get out of this
And the
inning, I
fifth.
think he's done.
Probably done, right?
I would think so. If Patrick Corbin's getting warm,
You do not want to get into your bullpen if you're Dave Martinez.
no, as best you can. Hence,
I
Patrick
mean,
Corbin.
They might be able to hold on, but it's not going to be easy. They're going to cycle through the entirety of the bullpen to maybe hang on to this game one win.
True. Maybe.
Or Houston just goes fucking crazy on them.
Houston's silent on the bats so far in this game, though.
Yeah, but they're taking good swings on a lot of pitches. Scherzer's just good.
They're getting barrels on balls, that's for sure. Runs are the key to this game, I think.
Says who?
Mm.
Who told you that?
Some.
Who hurt you?
Not all. But they really should listen to us and how to fix some of this stuff, just because it just seems very obvious if you just ask the right people. And I don't know who they're asking about this stuff.
I'm sure there's factors at play that we could never comprehend. That's what they would say.
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think
can
this is that
comprehend a
hard.
fair amount.
I just don't think it's that hard.
Right. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly.
Everybody loves the game. Just make it easier to love the game.
Is Mike Rizzo, is there any relation there to?
No.
Okay.
Anthony.
Antonio. Oh, Yuli. All right. Let's hit a break. We're into the fifth, going into the sixth. Let's hit a break. We'll be back here in a few minutes.
Break.
All right, so we're back, and in our time jumping up to do bio breaks and water refills and all that, beer refills, Garrett Cole pitched a 1-2-3 inning.
Good for him.
Yep.
He's really settling in if he's just gonna come off an inning where he gave up 3 runs to strike out the side or get 3 outs right away.
They had Brad Peacock warming.
Oh boy.
So there went my theory of a bullpen situation or a game 4 starter situation.
Well, I'm curious if that was like a strategic visibility move, right? Did they change their lineup?
Now we're thinking. See,
now we're warmed up.
I feel like if we managed a team, we would be big on the mind games thing. Like getting a platoon guy up in the bullpen. Just like a Brock Holt, getting him up in the bullpen, just really start to confuse people.
What does Brock Holt? Do we have a book on Brock Holt?
Yeah.
We don't have a book on Brock Holt.
Where are the numbers? Damn it. Where are the numbers? You'd get at least some team with it. It would definitely be the Mets.
Hi, Pepper.
They don't go by the numbers most of the time, so they would be very confused. 85% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like not enough is made of that. The fact that he said that. I feel like that was a very much a passing comment that shouldn't have been.
Can't disagree with that.
That's a very real thing that he said, and that should not have been the case. All right, we got Patrick Corbin coming on here for the Nationals.
Pepper's about to jump off the couch.
Oh, Pepper, be careful. These are not good stats. 7.43 ERA in the postseason.
Oh man.
That bodes well for Houston here.
He's gonna walk a lot of guys.
Nolan looks like he's glaring holes through his jersey.
Where's Nolan?
Just over the YouTube logo. Sitting back there with his arms crossed.
God, he looks like he lost some weight.
He does. He doesn't sit back there very often anymore. He used to whenever.
He's usually over to the left.
Yeah.
Probably taken by somebody else. Hi, Pepper.
Somebody who paid for those seats.
You got a fluffy dog hanging out.
I don't know where mine is.
Photogenic, but
I think mine is downstairs sleeping like a bum.
This is a true lapdog situation.
Living off the fat of the land, if you will. My grandfather used to say that a lot. I get it in theory, but I don't really know what it means.
You want to say hi, Pepper?
She's always got something to say. All right. 2-2 count. 0 outs. Bottom of the 6th. 5-2 Washington. Nobody on. Correa at bat. 3-2 count. Low and way away.
Not brought to you by Miller Lite, but this pod might as well be sponsored by the Crispy Boys.
Indeed. The Crispy Boys.
They've been shown many times on the air.
We have already cleared the vomiting thing on the mound. So, geez, what are you swinging at that for? Holy moly.
Oh. That's how
we got a bunch of amateurs.
Game 1 at home.
Yeah. Got a bunch of amateurs up here.
That wasn't even close.
No.
Even if that was a fastball at its current trajectory, like mid-flight, you don't swing at that.
Never. Did Patrick Corbin used to have a beard?
I'm going to say yes.
That feels right. He's pitching from the stretch a lot. Whoa.
Who's a Pepper? I see you.
Okay.
You've seen what Pepper is normally like when there aren't people around. She just kind of chills on one's lap.
Just sleeps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Speedy P.
Upstairs, inside, 93 fastball.
Good eye.
Decent.
There's still a lot of baseball to be played for whatever it's worth. I feel like my mind is running towards how does Washington hang on?
Yeah.
But there's so much opportunity for Houston to come back and get a lot of base runners and score them. Wow, that's a weird shift.
It sure is. Oh, boy. This is where it starts.
I mean, he just easily stroked a base hit. He wasn't trying to do too much. That was a good hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can ask for at this point. Just get on base.
God, the multi-pitch camera angle thing is
So cool.
a little disarming. How pissed is Max Scherzer right now?
Because he had to come out of the
generally.
game?
Just generally, that he's out of the game, period.
I think that he always operates on some level of vitriol for sure, but I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have never really gotten a read on him much, and good pitchers are like that. They're hard to get a read on personally, even through their comments and stuff on the press.
Yeah. His fuel is total hatred of everything.
Indeed.
I don't know. Verlander doesn't operate that way.
No, definitely not. He's got dick pics out there.
Maldonado's not getting a hit. I mean, we might as well call this 2 outs.
He laid three bunts in a row earlier and still got
Did
out
he?
somehow. Yeah. Like in the second or third inning.
Yeah. Who's in the 9 hole?
Josh Reddick. Because you're trying to get him on base.
Jesus. He's fast at least. I like him in the 9 hole.
Well, and with Springer coming up after that, and then Altuve in the second, it helps.
I've seen they keep flashing pictures of Anibal Sanchez. He's had rose-colored and now yellow-colored glasses on. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Get the hell
Is he
out of here.
colorblind or something?
Probably.
Or is he just trying to make a statement?
Ooh, we've definitely ragged on Rainey before. I don't remember how, though.
You guys said something about him yesterday. I think not knowing enough about him to say anything mean was mean enough.
That is insulting as hell.
We know a lot. If we don't know anything about you, that's not good.
Indeed.
Anibal Sanchez is Robert Fitzgerald Contreras.
Yes, that was a good conversation. The perfect time for Robert to drop it on the live stream, too.
Did he?
Yeah, like literally right when we were talking about that. It was so funny. I was like, no shit.
How'd you know? Oh, Facebook things?
Yeah, I can see who gets in and stuff like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right. So 1 on, 2-2 count, 1 out, 5-2 Washington. Corbin's threw 15 pitches. Maldonado's up to bat.
It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, boy. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that. 3 more innings to go, though. We're moving right along. This is not too bad.
Yeah, 1 through 3 took a long time, and then 2 through 5 took a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And now it feels like no, it's still going pretty slow.
You still got to feel like Houston's got really good chances here.
This is going to be 4 hours by the time it's done.
Oh, certainly. Well, we'll start singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
If we must.
We can go through the rest of those baseball cards.
What's my schedule look like tomorrow?
I'm gonna go out and buy a couple more crates of those, not crates, but those. I don't know what the measuring unit of baseball cards is that I have of the 86 players, but I'm gonna go out and buy some more of those because they're super cheap. Those things are like $10.
What is the measurement? It's a cord. A cord is a like
To measure
a cubic.
wood. Yeah,
That's wood. That's firewood measurements.
correct. A
The
cord of
league
cards.
is depth.
Yes.
I'm just tangentially relating things to baseball
You never know.
measurements.
We might come up with something. We started measuring people in Pete Alonso's, so you never know what you're going to come up with.
It's true.
Never know what you're going to come up with. Okay. 3-2, 1 out. Maldonado's definitely going to strike out here. He's going to swing at bullshit, I bet. Yep, sure did. That was a good pitch, though. Nice little
Patrick
slider.
Corbin, not that good. He's handled the bottom of the lineup nicely.
Yeah, let's see what happens when we get some real guys up here. Springer's up, right? No, Reddick's up. I'll tell you one thing we're never going to be covering at this company is WWE.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my thing.
No.
That's all I'll say.
No, we're not doing it. We'll probably
Very popular. I'm sure there's lots of podcasts on that. That's not our podcast.
No, I'm sure that'll be the next guy I end up hiring somehow or another.
There's a reason you named the company Sensibly Loud, and that
Yes.
is not Sensibly Loud.
That is a good point.
It is regular loud.
We had some really good names before we settled on Sensibly Loud, though.
What were the other ones?
Six Pack Media was definitely up there.
Six Pack Media?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the time, the domains and everything were too expensive.
Not that good.
Yeah, I like Sensibly Loud better.
I do too.
I forgot what else we threw around. Ben and I we've got a list of them somewhere that we threw around for about a month before we decided on what it was.
Sensibly Loud fits. I mean,
It does.
I'm only loud when I need to be, I feel like.
Correct. It can be as loud or soft as you want. That's why I love like the energy of radio, like with Mountain Carl and Brandon, just because it's the most chill thing that we have, and they just handle it perfectly. They really do. I miss being on that show, but them doing their own thing they love it. It's easier for me. It's just great all the way around.
Oh, good.
And the listeners seem to like it, which is great. That's what we're looking for.
A+ number one is the listeners.
Indeed. All right. So they got
Patrick
a pinch
Corbin
hitter in Aldimas
Looks like he's
Diaz.
12.
Oh. Well, that sucks. All right. Made it out of the sixth. Is
Magic.
Patrick Corbin going to come back out, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. They need to not burn bullpen pieces, and if he's dealing,
I know that's
back out.
the conventional logic, but I could also see them just bringing him out to throw his bullpen here and then go to your next guy.
yeah, but I mean, there's something to be said for conventions. They're
I'm with you.
established for a reason.
I'm with you.
I think they bring him back out. But you're right. They could very well say you're done with that session. You're ready for the next game.
Because, I mean, he wouldn't have a start for 2 more games.
But if you're the Nationals and you know how easily your bullpen can melt down, are you going to run with a hot hand and take game one? Or are you going to try and pull the guy who just got you 3 outs in the hope that you're going to have him fresher next time? I don't know.
I mean, you could actually talk yourself into both logics.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the problem that I'm running myself into right this second.
I mean, I don't think that's a specific to you problem, though. I think that's there's a lot of confusion in like how we manage bullpens. Like there is really no such thing as like a middle reliever anymore, which is kind of weird, you know?
It's true. I said that because I'm having trouble deciding what I think would be best.
Right.
And I could literally talk myself into either situation.
And I think that's where you rely on what the numbers show you to say this is what's best. And that's, you know.
Well, if the top of the lineup is coming up after your 9-hole hitter in Kendrick, or not in Kendrick, who's the 9?
Is it Kurt Suzuki?
9 on Astros was
well, they pinch hit Diaz.
Reddick. Oh yeah, they'll pinch him. Shit. Well, then probably not. Probably not. Save him. He did his work. He got his 3. Move on.
It's kind of where my head's at too.
I mean, you're beyond not having faith in your team. You have to know what guys can do what best. So hopefully you manage well from here on, right?
Correct.
Don't throw in Rodney if he's really bad against hitters like X.
God, I hate how the MLB at Bat app does postseason stuff. Like they have Aldimas Diaz who just came in the game, but now they don't show any. Like he's pinch hitting for Reddick, but they're not showing that Reddick was even in this game.
What?
Like, what's the point?
What even is a Reddick?
How do you measure Reddick's? Let's see how much money does he make.
What? I don't understand what you're seeing. I see the correct things. What are you looking at?
Hold on, I'm gonna
I'm
send
looking
you.
at
I'm
this.
gonna send you a screenshot.
Oh shit. That's probably not good for me to show.
I think
Are
it'll
you
be.
looking at postseason?
Yep. I just texted it to you.
Okay, see
Oh damn it! I said
Nationals.
so. Here's the. That was another one of the problems. Is it reverted back when I went back into the app? Hold on, I sent you the wrong one. I'm sending you. I sent you the Nationals.
Mine on Android is like
Really?
perfectly normal.
Here's what mine looks like. So this is the Astros. Like, show me where Reddick was ever in this game, according to that.
Oh. Yeah, I see that. That's strange that it looks so terrible. First of all, can you see that?
Okay, yeah.
But
So I went to a different view of it in a different place, and it shows me the usual conventional one. So now I see it.
yeah, that's strange.
Weird.
Strange that you got that weird one. I look at the scoreboard. Scoreboard's where I go to see the day's games of the day.
Yeah, I was looking at game day, but like I was in the. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Okay, so 2-0
Brought to you
count,
by.
one out, 5-2 Washington, top of the seventh, no on. Trey Turner's up to bat. This woman's falling asleep in the stands.
I'm falling asleep in the stands.
There's some real dejected looking Astros fans.
Oh
man.
I see the woman you're talking about. Damn. Yeah, those Astros fans.
They're
Make me
sleepy.
so happy. It's not that late.
It's definitely not.
You're at a game. 9:45. You're fine.
Maybe you get up, get some energy going.
Jesus.
Love that Garrett Cole's back out there though.
Me too.
Just now at 98
he should
pitches.
last the whole inning.
Just now at 98 pitches, top of the seventh, so he's gonna get through probably 7 clean innings, hopefully.
He's throwing his pitch count and speed.
Right. Pretty good. 3-2 count. Nice. Let's work this.
If he's still dealing, he's coming in for the eighth. You
Sure.
think?
Definitely.
I don't know. They got a good bullpen.
They do. Yeah, they
And
probably
he's
won't burn him
frustrated.
too bad.
They just showed him like fucking throwing a ball out of malice.
It's never good.
No, he's pissed. He's given up 5.
Ooh. Juice ball. Juice ball alert. You'll see it.
Uh-oh.
Juice ball alert.
I don't like where it's headed. Oh, why? Because he threw one away?
Yeah, the way he looked at like this shit? No. You take this juice ball back.
He's been doing a lot of that. So maybe they are randomizing it. They're like, this one's fucking juiced him out.
But like their excuse doesn't really make any sense, right?
They don't have an excuse.
Well, they're
That's kind of
basically
the
saying,
thing.
oh,
They
what-
just say the manufacturer. Blah, 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 blah. It's
co-
not an excuse.
But by saying it comes from the same batch of balls or whatever, that just seems like,
It's
oh, we don't really
horseshit.
want to actually deal with this problem.
We know that there's ways to modify the ball after the fact. That's why the humidor was invented.
True.
Gonna moisten those balls up,
Okay.
one might say. Good pitch.
Beautiful pitch.
Trey
Ooh.
Turner's like 7 years old.
Definitely feels that way.
I mean, I was 7 when he was like negative 20.
Yes. Well said. Boy, Boy. That was clean.
I think they bring him back out.
I think so too. He just threw like 5 pitches
They have
in that
to,
inning.
right?
Yeah, for sure. He just threw like 5 pitches in that inning.
I don't know. That's actually arguably more reason to not bring him back because he didn't get enough time to get totally warm.
Yeah.
You bring him back out for an 8th inning, he could hurt himself. And you do want him pitching a potential game 4.
You have to have him.
Yeah, they probably pull him. You can trust your guys for your 8th and 9th inning. If you can't get 2 solid guys that you trust for 8 and 9,
You're in
that says
trouble.
a lot.
Yeah, you're in trouble anyway.
He's done. That's a good pitch count. He did a good job. He made a couple mistakes. There's no reason to throw him back out there, I think.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good day overall.
Seven innings, 5 earned.
Yeah,
I think he'd say otherwise.
I've got a nice gripe. I don't think there's
gripe.
anything that annoys me more than people that post pictures of people parking poorly on social media, trying to put them on blast like it's really going to actually change
I love
anything.
it. I think it's the worst thing when people park like assholes.
No, I hate that too. But I mean, posting it on social media to act like you're on some sort of high horse when you're typically just as bad about
I
it.
see what you're saying.
That's
not solving the problem.
No, that doesn't help anything. People can and will park like assholes.
So I've been wanting to do this for a while. I haven't done it yet because I just feel like it's a little bombastic, I guess.
I can't wait to hear what this is.
I don't know if I've thrown this idea by you, but it's definitely a phrase that I think I've said to you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to like a business card printing company. What's the most prominent one?
Oh God, who knows? Shutter
doesn't matter. Sorry,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
And have cards that say, "The way you pulled in makes me wish your father had pulled out," and then put them on windshields when they park that way.
Yes,
and that's really all that I think needs to happen. I don't need to post it on social media. I just need them to know that I wish that they didn't exist because of the way that they parked.
I think that you just recently told me about this idea, actually, and I think that's
true?
That sounds very familiar. I've definitely heard it very recently. That sounds like a great idea, though.
Yeah, it's simple. I think it's also very piercing and potentially very effective.
It cuts to the soul, that's for sure. It really makes you question your existence, and that's what you're really going for.
There's really no fat on that comment.
Correct. Yeah, there's not a lot of excessive words.
No. And I think it's very important to be very concise, and like the weight per word there is just incredible.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a heavy hitter, that's for sure.
Because people these days are so stupid, I need to use the least amount of words possible.
Correct.
The way you pulled in makes me wish your father had pulled out.
God, that's piercing. Love it.
Yeah. I want to put that on business cards.
I'll get these for you for your birthday or something.
Okay.
I think that's a great birthday present.
I would use them.
That's just what you need. So here's another idea for the trip next year. We could do the whole Field of Dreams game.
Field of Dreams game would be cool. They also do, probably less popular because I'm going a little more tangent. There's the College World Series, which would be cool.
Yes.
And then minor league games, also very cool. Any amount of baseball. I don't think it necessarily needs to be major league.
I agree with that.
But major league in cool locations, I'm always up for it. The Field of Dreams game would be really cool, but then you're stuck. I just can't believe that they're logistically going to make that really easy to do.
I agree with you.
Like we're still going to be in the middle of Iowa.
Correct. That sounds horrible.
Although friend of the pod, David Weiser, has lived in the Quad Cities of Iowa and understands that area very well.
So we'd at least have a tour guide.
does he live there any longer? He'd at least be able to point us in some directions to go do good things.
Well, that's more direction than I would know to do. And
For sure.
I have long since been on the record of saying that whole basket of Kansas and all those states all in that Midwest region, they all just need to be lumped into one state. I don't care what you call it.
I used to once say that when you flew over states like that, it literally, as you looked down on them from the airplane, there was just a big sign that said temporarily bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So there was a one time where when I drove to Colorado from Dallas, I drove straight up 35 to Kansas and then over instead of going up through
that's
Amarillo.
The wrong way.
Well, I didn't really have a choice. I forgot what the situation was, but there was some reason, weather-wise or something, that I couldn't do it.
This is America. You always have
Oh, go! 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 You're about to see it.
Not out. Very out.
Couple of shots up there tonight.
All right.
5-3,
Well,
no outs, bottom of the 7th. George Springer hit a bomb.
As predicted.
What a guy. All right,
Yeah.
Altuve's up. This rainy guy. This is why we don't know anything about him.
Because he's liable to hurt his team.
Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Good stuff. Sorry, what were we talking about? The bread basket.
Know.
We're talking about
instead of driving west to New Mexico and up to Colorado,
straight up and
drove up to Kansas.
Yeah, and 3 times I saw trailers that had been blown off the road because of
the wind.
The wind. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to happen.
That's also just there's no great way to get up there. I mean, New Mexico, you go up through Gallup. That's probably the best way. Dalworth, Gallup,
Clayton.
Ugh.
I spent a week there one night.
A week? Doing what?
But no, that used to be one of my dad's favorite sayings. Whenever he's saying that a place sucks, he'd always say that I spent a week there one night.
Oh, that went over my head.
No,
That's
you're
really
good. The first few times you hear it, it's a little jarring, but when you really think about it, it gets you. Yeah.
I've been in a lot of those places. I've driven all over the goddamn country.
Yeah, we were driving up there for a ski trip, and we got snowed into Clayton, New Mexico, and we couldn't get out. We had to turn around and go home. It was terrible.
We've been very fortunate in our Colorado trips to never have run into any real inclement weather when we're commuting to and fro.
I agree, and I'm really excited this year since we'll have like Mountain Carl with us, and we'll have basically all the a lot of the Sensibly Loud people to just bullshit, and that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, we need to work on dates for that for sure.
We'll get it soon for sure.
The second Colorado trip.
Yeah, we're frequenting the state of Colorado often.
Well, it's easy and pretty.
The summer trip was incredible though.
Yeah, that was baseball driven for sure. Super fun.
Mile High was incredible. Mile High. The Rockies ballpark was incredible. Coors, there you go.
I enjoyed spending time in Denver. We
Me
usually
too.
just drive right through it.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big thing there. I really enjoyed that as well.
We got somebody fired from Airbnb. I appreciated that. She was a witch.
Yep, that was good. Did we ever even talk about that? I think we did, right?
Oh, we talked about that.
Okay. That was fun.
This woman didn't really like that I was trying to book her place, so she essentially canceled my reservation and then immediately reposted the same thing, which is for the same dates, the same property for the same dates, which is against their policy. So I reported her. She was banned from Airbnb. She was being a real witch about it. She was being a witch with a W.
Walked him. Yes, for sure. Yeah, that was not good for her. Not whatsoever. But it worked out for the best for us, I think.
I think her name was Helen the Witch.
That sounds like a witchy name.
Yeah.
But that was a great trip. I enjoyed it. Lots of baseball stuff. I still have to edit the Mountain Carl video together, and I will. It just, This,
from the Colorado trip, you still have.
yeah, I still have a lot of footage that I haven't done yet
Okay.
that I need to edit together. But it's right now we have the nexus of football, baseball, and basketball all starting. So
The
my time is
Nexus.
limited.
Yeah. Baseball will die down here shortly.
Indeed, we got some fun off-season stuff planned though. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to get to this relegation talk. We've been talking about that forever. I've been working out all the numbers and everything. I think everything looks pretty spot on. I've been going through, so whenever we present it, we'll be able to, since we do everything on video now as well, the listeners will be able to kind of see as we go through the spreadsheet what it'll look like and exactly how we got to the math. And I put like comments on everything so we know exactly how we got to that math and how the models kind of shake out and everything. And yeah, I think it's going to provide some really interesting insight as far as what's happened the last 3 seasons and what it would look like if we relegated teams versus
Nice.
versus use this static thing that we have now. So I'm excited for it.
True. Yeah, I deeply look forward to looking at that in the off season, taking a good hard look at it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's very easy to make errors on it, so you have to really make sure you think through each little part of it to make sure the math adds up and that it all kind of traces back.
True or false? This pitcher Rainey looks like he's going to have a stroke on the mound.
I would be willing to argue that he already has had a stroke on the mound, considering he's about to walk a third batter in a row here.
But he just looks, I mean, he's really, his nerves, his face is.
Ooh, that caught.
It's not looking good for this guy. Finally put a strike in there. Bregman was taken all the way. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Hinch is too smart.
We're going to sync up here in just a second because we got off each other somewhere. I'm ahead of you.
Oh, I've got Bregman staring down the batter or the pitcher. Rainey is winding up. Pitch 17.99.
Yeah, so I'm on pitch 17, 3-2 count, 1 on, Bregman's up.
Same.
Foul.
Randy's face is on fire, it appears.
Yep. Foul tip.
Now he's just pumping strikes in there all of a sudden.
He's about to lose Bregman, but Gurriel's coming up, who's 2 of 3, which I guess he hit a home run earlier, right?
Yep.
Or no, he hit a
double off the wall.
Yeah,
and
right.
a single.
A Bregman home run would be massive here. Oh boy. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Coming out.
Rainey, he's flirting with control. Oh man, he's out. It's getting pulled.
Yep.
Davey's pissed.
Come on, Dave.
How many times has he had to make this sad walk out to his bullpen and be like, God damn it.
These fucking spares.
You guys suck. These fucking spares.
Bunch of auto parts in the yard.
What could they could have done so much at the deadline to get correct pitching, right?
Bunch of dicks in the yard.
Sprouting penises.
Yes, you're correct. They could have done a lot more.
Everyone's in trouble, right? I mean, Schwab has $0, zero commission
just
trades.
Just a competitive thing.
Fidelity's laying off a bunch of people. They're cutting costs like crazy. Sorry.
You're good.
I just know that.
Do you remember Dave Martinez playing for the Rangers?
I do not.
I don't either. In 2000. Interessante.
Interessante. He does look like the most interesting man in the world.
Okay, so he was the Cubs bench coach. I'm just trying to think of where I really remember him from, and I can't put my finger on it. He was a bench coach for the Rays for a long time. That must be it. 2008 to 2014 under Madden. So then he went to the Cubs with Madden as well. I don't know. He just seems like one of those guys.
That doesn't belong.
Correct.
Yeah.
Common face.
Ouch. You got a common face, sir.
It's not a burn, but it's not a compliment either.
Definitely a burn.
Sure. I mean, the argument could be made, that's for sure.
How much baseball's left?
We're bottom of the 7th, so we're moving along.
No.
No?
We aren't.
It has become considerably slower, though.
It was bottom of the 6th 40 minutes ago. I love the shot of the hitting coach and the batter looking at an iPad outside of the dugout.
Agreed. They just seem, I don't know.
I mean, especially the Astros. They're so metrics driven these days. It's good for them.
Only 85% of the time.
Well, better than 15.
True. Ooh.
Two on, one out. Got Daniel Hudson up to pitch. Counts 1-1 against Gurriel. He's 2 for 3.
The people that have been killing him for the whole being there for his child's birth thing can go fuck
stupid.
themselves.
Seriously, go fuck yourself. Although I hope he gets rocked right here.
Oh, I do too. But like, where do these people come from? Seriously.
They just, it's so impersonal. Everything's anonymous on the internet, and you just comment like because to them they're just digital people. They don't think they're real people. They're just people they see on TV. If they saw them in person, they'd never say that to their face.
Fair.
Or digitally.
God damn it.
I know. Gurriel, why did you do that?
Bah. 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 People are joining the stream. We're just barking.
Yeah. No, it's not my baby. You picture him.
Oh, yeah. With the common face. Oh, man.
God, his hands weren't even together.
No. We need something out of Carlos Correa.
Other than nothing.
Correct.
I agree.
Oh. Okay. I'll take it.
No out. Okay, bases loaded. Love it.
Good situation here.
You're good 2-3 seconds ahead of me, maybe 4.
I can't really control it, actually.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we're... Ooh, that just kind of got through, too. That was a good play they tried to make. It was close.
Super quick, but dealing with Bregman at first, he got a good jump on it. There's no way.
Okay. We need a big spot from Alvarez here.
Yeah.
He's
come
been
on.
largely poop.
Yeah, he's been poop.
Don't make me have him go join the Cardinals.
But he's really good against shitty pitchers, and we're into the bullpen of the Nationals, who have a really shitty bullpen.
I don't think Daniel Hudson's a shitty guy.
He's the best part of the bullpen. Yeah, he is the best part of the bullpen.
Yeah, I don't hate that take.
But I mean, the best part of the worst bullpen, aren't we kind of like king of the molehill there?
King of the morons here.
Yeah, something like that. I like that one better than whatever I was trying to spout.
Whatever. It's fine.
Make a mountain out of a molehill, king of the anthill. What I don't know.
King of the beach.
Nice work.
Okay, come on. Let's not just bullshit strike out here. That'll be.
He doesn't feel like a walk right now, but he could definitely K.
Oh, dude, I'd love them to walk in a run. That'd be great.
It's just a baseball game, guys. Come on.
Oh, what are you swinging at that for? What the fuck? Your dad should have pulled out. God damn it.
That's a really good insult all of a sudden.
All right, we're taking a break. I'm mad. We'll be back. All right.
Just 12 more outs.
Just 12 more outs. 5-3, 2-1 count, 0 outs. Top of the 8th. Got Will Harris on in relief for the Astros. Pretty good pitcher. I like him.
Yeah, he's solid.
Love that Garrett Cole already bailed out of the jersey. I didn't think that was allowed.
You can do that, right?
I don't know.
He's done with the game. He can't be pulled back in.
That's true. That must be what it is. Because I know Tito used to get in trouble. Oh, boy. Tito used to get in trouble for that all the time because he wouldn't wear a jersey underneath his sweater that he always wore all the time. But he's actively in the game, though, technically, as a manager.
Yeah.
It does feel like in this World Series so far, all like 8, 7 and change innings that have been played, that they haven't really gone heavy on the StatCast stuff.
That's true. I guess there hasn't been a lot of StatCast worthy things.
True, but I haven't really seen any of those. Like they just showed the launch angle and all that stuff of Juan Soto's home run from earlier, but not really a whole lot else.
Maybe it's because they know that the base stealing predictability machine is total horseshit.
Also, maybe they know that that is not really AI.
Yeah.
But we won't go down that road again. That's only going to make us mad.
It's going to make us really confused also.
Not me confused because it's not AI. Okay.
Quite a dark path. They're keeping it real.
The path is not lit. That's for
normal
sure.
baseball stats. Not a lot of OPS being thrown around either.
Jeez, that's right. I love OPS. That's one of my favorite stats.
OPS is good. OPS plus confuses the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Batting average, pretty clear, pretty easy to get around. That's what they're showing. They're showing average home runs and RBIs.
We got into this conversation yesterday. Maybe you can provide light on it because I'm just not. I'm good with like models and stuff like that to get to statistics and stuff, but I don't really. I know you're not a huge like stats guy either, but like maybe this makes more sense to you. Like I don't understand how like we were talking about CC Sabathia yesterday. Ooh, base hit there. We were talking about CC Sabathia yesterday. He had like average around 6 or so WAR per season, but somehow
you guessed so fucking low. You said like 10, and I was like, that's stupid. I said more like 48, and it was like 62 or something.
But I don't understand how you can average like so. And again,
that's just an average.
But there's something I'm missing here because if you look at it, like each season it's around 6.5 per season. How do you get to fucking 25? That seems like it averages out to about 6.
What? He was around for so many seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly thought that he had some real tail off seasons in the last couple of years.
He had, but I mean, he had some really good seasons too.
Yeah.
There's some seasons where his WAR was probably like 12.
That's fair. I'd have to go back and look at the numbers specifically. Ben was just feeding them to me, so
I'm not sure how they calculate WAR, but he was good for a long time. Good enough.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I like CC Sabathia a lot, and I love the story about him losing the weight and then becoming a bad pitcher.
Right, yeah. He had like a minder, right? Like you're in North Korea, there's somebody always watching you. They call them minders.
I didn't know that was a thing.
He had a minder to keep him from drinking.
Interesting.
He and Miguel Cabrera both had minders to make sure they wouldn't get fatter.
Can we get a minder for Ben and just decide on a week-to-week basis what we want him to mind?
Yeah, I think we need to be pretty particular because minders are very specific people.
Well, Ben's a specific guy.
Yeah, well, we need the specific criteria then.
Okay. We'll get.
What do we want? What do we want Ben not to do?
We better get with Ben on this.
I think he would take issue with me calling people minders, but that's just like
that's not a bad thing, right?
Commonly acceptable. Well, I'm sure there's something.
Is this going to be like the thing we got into with the phrase "gypped"? Is that going to be
gypped?
Remember we got into that in Colorado. Apparently, that's a mildly offensive term.
Says who?
Apparently, that's an accepted thing. James from Middletown told us about this because it involves like gypsies. I've never knew that it derived from this, but oh boy.
Well, I don't even remember this conversation. I don't believe this. Oh man, Kendrick.
Whew. Will Harris always looks like he's about to cry to me.
He does look like he's about to cry. Holy shit, he's like moving his head like.
But I think that's just what his face does.
Damn, poor guy.
Andrew Jones spelled his name like an asshole.
You think he did that?
Yes.
You think he?
Yes, I do.
You think he did that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
No.
Yes, I do.
It looks like his very big head was superimposed onto a child's body in that picture.
It really did. Try to tell me he wasn't doing steroids. Just try to tell me. A Mardi Gras head with Raisinets, he's out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna use gypped. It's gonna be fine.
All right. I feel like I have the green light. I'm glad.
You have the green light. We don't live in Romania. I don't think anyone's super sensitive to this.
Yeah, we don't associate with a ton of gypsies, believe it or not.
Or Romanians.
True. That's singular eyebrow, right? Good pitch.
Yeah. Well, sorry if anyone's offended by the word gyp. I'm offended when people say GIF instead of GIF.
Yeah, that's a common one with you for sure. I don't really care, but I get where you're coming from.
Well, that's pretty much more. That is more inflammatory than saying I've been gypped.
I just never would have put those things together, honestly.
Yeah. They sound so similar.
Mm-hmm.
God. It's not looking good for the Astros here.
No. Well, we could have a bottom of the ninth miracle. Well, bottom of the eighth miracle too, but we've seen it. It was one of those things like I was watching that last Yankees game the other night, and I saw that Osuna got burned and gave up a couple of runs to tie it, and I went and said goodnight to my wife and did a bunch of other things real quick, thinking I'm about to settle in to watch a long period of extra innings baseball, and then he walked it off, and I was pissed that I just barely missed it. But honestly, I would have rather missed it and seen just the replay than sit through a bunch of extra innings for no reason.
Yeah, for sure.
What is your limit for what? How long are you going to sit there?
Doesn't it all kind of depend? I don't really have a good answer to that.
Okay.
Sorry.
In an ALCS situation, let's say that would have gone to extra innings, how long would you have sat there?
I'm going to sit there forever.
Yeah?
Forever. Extra innings? Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. I will sit through it in an important situation, but if we're talking about a game in July, I'm done after 11.
11 is the done in July. I'm done after 6 in July. Who gives a shit?
6 extra innings?
Oh, you're talking 11 extra innings?
No. I'm saying by the time we finish the 11th inning, if we're not anywhere in July, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. That could have been worse. If this goes to extra innings, I'm just going to be pissed.
I will bail.
I know, right? Me too.
I'm really tired.
I am too, man. I'm dying here.
Juan Soto. So the Washington Nationals are kind of small balling them, right? They've been stealing bases. They've been bunting the ball. Although I guess the Astros have been bunting the ball to a less successful stint.
They've both been playing that way.
That's true.
I'm semi-pissed that I didn't take the Nationals at plus 170 here. But
yeah. I mean, the Astros were the right call at face value, right? But you just can't predict. I think you've told me a number of times that you don't bet on a lot of baseball because it is so hard to predict.
It is. It's just there's too much. It's easy. Not easy, but it's pretty common sense a lot of times with NFL games.
Right. Yes, New England was going to beat the Jets yesterday.
Correct.
Duh. I'll take my money. Thank you.
Yeah, not a lot of basketball, not a lot of baseball, just because the other part is I'm almost too close to both of those sports where I could talk myself into anything. The Yankees should beat, Minnesota in a sweep, but that doesn't always necessarily. I mean, that actually specifically does come true a lot, but you know what I mean. Like, it just doesn't always necessarily work out that way.
Yeah.
Poor
And
Twins.
when it doesn't, you're super, super pissed.
I was doing some research on the contraction stuff with minor league baseball yesterday, and I ran across an article, and I searched Major League Baseball contraction, I think is what I wanted to see. And I just wanted to see, because I was honestly looking for some opinion pieces out there so I could just get kind of a couple of sides so I could just see what people are kind of saying. And I found an article from 2001, which is always a gem when you find a website that's been up since 2001.
Like E-Bombs World.
Dude, very similar,
college humor.
But it hasn't been updated in any way, shape, or form. And so,
oh man, like a time capsule.
Basically, and so I found an article that was talking about the Twins and the Expos being eliminated from Major League Baseball entirely. Now, it's incredibly ironic.
What?
Yeah, it's incredibly ironic that one of those things actually happened. But
just the one.
But it was arguing all the points of it and everything, and boy, they were shitting on the Twins hard.
They've been bad for a long time.
Feels like they're turning it around, but I don't know, man. Who knows? Rocco Baldelli seems like a pretty good fit as manager-wise. He seemed to know what to do with those big bats they had this year.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of runs scored, but
they did. That's really about it.
Flawed.
Bunch of flawed guys.
Nelson Cruz,
flawed.
Marwin Gonzalez,
flawed.
Jose Barrios, not flawed. Good.
Jury's still out.
He's good.
Plays on a bad team.
They made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, got swept.
Got swept by
Juggernaut
team. Or Juggernaut, exactly.
So you've got Hudson coming back out here.
Astros have left 10 on base.
That's absurd. You don't win games with leaving 10 on base.
That's how you lose game one.
Yep. You got Kyle Tucker stepping into bat.
Kyle Tucker's unproven.
Overrated.
He's the White Jerkson Profar of the other Texas baseball team.
Yes. Also has very little neck. Actually, lots of neck, very little chin. Sort of looks like Beaker.
He does look like Beaker. Me.
Yep. Oh, we just had to talk some shit about him.
Oh, good. He listened.
And if anybody looks like Beaker, by the way, it's Andy Dalton.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's a real thing.
I can get behind that.
All you've got to search is Andy Dalton Beaker on Google, and the pictures are there.
Oh, no.
It's very real. It just, I think the main reason it feels like Kyle Tucker has been kind of a disappointment, although I don't, it's really kind of hard to say that
season in the MLB.
Well, right, but also it seems like the Astros have hung on to him for dear life in a lot of different trades, and whenever you see something like that, it's kind of like, wow, this guy is completely off limits. Why? And he just hasn't really proven why, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same as Jerkson Profar.
Yeah,
and it never panned out. Then we got peanuts for him.
Minus sleeping on the shoulder wrong. What a calamity.
What a calamity. Exactly.
Just a series of absurd things. Oh! Go! No, doesn't have the distance. So hard to tell sometimes. Okay. Sacrifice, move into scoring position. 1 out.
Ryan Zimmerman seemed to think that Kyle Tucker tagged inappropriately. Because he touched the bag and looked at the umpire, and the umpire said safe.
Yeah, easily. Ends up being a sack fly, I guess.
Fine.
Ooh,
I hate 8 p.m. Eastern starts.
me too. We were dragging ass through those West Coast games when I was there.
This is not as bad as that.
No.
I think we had some 9 p.m. starts.
Yeah, those were
But
terrible.
those were fucking weekends.
Even so, dude.
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I live in the real world with bills.
God, so many bills.
So true.
So many to-dos. Going to New Orleans on Thursday. Tomorrow's my last day, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it's the last day I have to be there. It's a bad thing because it's the last day I have to be there. It means everything needs to be done.
Yeah, the work doesn't stop, unfortunately.
No. It doesn't mean I have less days to work. It means I have less days to do the work.
Did you decide on a Halloween costume?
I'm not.
Good. Good.
No, I didn't decide on one. I decided on no costume. I
Mm.
don't care. I'm so tired. Can't even
Love it.
think. Although it's supposed to rain, it'd be pretty easy to turn me into Pac-Man or something.
Pac-Man?
He's big and yellow.
Yeah. I'm not sure on the size thing. I've never run into him on the street or anything.
Well, should watch that Adam Sandler movie about being in a video game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
I don't think I
Is
didn't
that
even know the title.
Is that Oh! Oh, I don't know.
It's like at least a double. One run.
Let's go. Let's
Let's make what we can
go. Ooh, we're looking at a Nationals bullpen meltdown potentially here.
Well, they've already given up 2 runs, so yeah.
Pretty bad.
I don't want to say it's a meltdown, but
Oh no, I want to say it.
it's really just how long can the Nationals bullpen hold on?
Not long.
He should have been
dude.
running the whole fucking time. Let's be honest here.
Yep. That should have been gone too, though. Oh,
Maybe. If he was running all the way, he'd be at third.
Yep, easily.
This is the World Series. You don't showboat.
Although I do like that they're leaning into that now. If you hit a fucking moonshot, you deserve to be embarrassed on the mound.
Yeah, well, whatever. Then do it when you're on second.
Yeah, in this case, not cool with it, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
He'd be on third and would be a sac fly away. Right?
Yep, especially with Altuve up. Boy, this could be a huge moment for Altuve.
If you're the runner there, he should have been caught up to Kyle Tucker.
But easily.
Easily. You're George Springer. Not fucking that. I mean, I hope he's getting berated after this. There'd be a runner on third with 1 out.
Yep.
That's, there's a really strong possibility of getting that runner home just by consuming outs, not by even getting hits. So good play, bad play, I think. Bad base running. As always, these fucking kids.
These a-holes.
Sorry, it's too strong a take. I just think
no,
that was really
not at all.
bad.
A bunch of meat bags.
Oregon sacks.
I love that one.
George Springer should be on third.
Oh my God, Altuve, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Swinging for the fences like he did in the last game of the ALCS.
Except the ball wasn't in the zone at all.
No, I was not thinking about it.
All right, these Astros fans are really starting to piss me off, though. They're not helping this team.
Bunch of old whites.
Houstons.
Bunch
of Houstons.
It's a great burger joint.
Ooh, we slapped that one.
Slappy slap.
Slap, 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 slap.
Dude's 5'6".
He's teeny.
That's how tall my wife is. She's teeny.
Teeny, teeny. Oh my God, I can't believe you got a piece of that at all. Wow, see, a run would have scored in this situation had they done what they were supposed to do originally.
I agree. George Springer should be on third. He'd have tagged, that'd be a run. Instead, he took the first 4 seconds staring and skipping at the ball. I don't want to be the guy who says play the game the right way, but it's the fucking World Series. Like, leg it out and see what happens. Sorry.
No,
I
I'm
think
with you,
that-
dude.
I think that's the right take. I'm standing by that one.
I'm 100% with you. I agree.
They're bringing in Doolittle for a 4-out save.
Not going to happen.
That spells disaster, right? He has not been that good. They brought in Hudson to take saves from Doolittle in the DS.
It seems that the Twitter sphere is agreeing largely with you that he should have been on third because of that.
Yeah. Good. That'd have been a run. Isn't that kind of a no-brainer? I mean, this team is so well managed and so well coached. How did that happen? How is the first base coach not screaming at him?
I would be. I'd be cutting his head off.
Right, you get on Tucker's ass. That arguably could have been a run on that play.
It could have been the
He was
time.
right behind Kyle Tucker,
Yep.
at least on third. But no, he was just looking at it.
Just staring off into space at it.
Well, way to go, George.
Come on, George. Not the livestock. I am tired as well. This Digsy's to get on the move.
That'll be a bit. Another hour.
Oh my God. So we watched The Lion King the other night.
The movie?
The movie.
I'm sorry.
The new one.
Two of them. The newest one?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Ugh.
I know. I watched it because Claire wanted to watch it, but it was fine.
It's the same story, right?
Yeah, it is. I've only seen that movie maybe once though.
The animated one?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was never a Disney movie kid. I haven't seen I've seen like most of those movies like once, but I've never seen like Little Mermaid and all those.
Yeah, I've seen all that shit.
I've never seen any of those.
Well then, good. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. It didn't seem like it needed a remake.
No, not really. But it was fine.
Good.
They chose the right cast of people for it, I think. Seth Rogen as Pumbaa was pretty funny.
Oh, nice. I didn't know he was cast. That's great.
Yes, very gassy.
Of course.
Relatable.
Doolittle pumps a strike in there. Up in the zone, 94.
Pretty good.
Strike against Dr. Brantley.
We got one in scoring position, 2 outs, 0-1 count, bottom of the 8th. 5-4
Should be
Washington.
5-5, but it's 5-4.
What an asshole. Talk about someone who's probably going to end up in the piece of shit corner.
Me?
No.
Springer?
Springer.
That was not a strike.
No, it was not. Woo. It was backdoored, if anything, but not.
Umpires are tired too.
Yeah. They've got Washington money line here.
Top levels made it look a little closer.
Ooh, whoa. I can't believe you got a piece of that at all. This is exactly why people think baseball takes too long, though.
Because it can.
It can, and it does when it matters. I mean, we've talked about it before. The Red Sox played a game in like 2 hours and 25 minutes this year.
It's just a work night. That makes it tough.
It does.
And an 8 o'clock start, like I've been sitting here for almost 4 hours.
Are we pushing through to the 9th?
I mean, I'm not going to quit on you now.
All right. We may as well, and then we're done. We're in good shape here. We're feeling good.
Not going to make it, whatever that is, 88% of the way.
We did last time, but that game ended with that exact score. This has the potential to...
That was miserable. There was no action the whole time we were talking.
At least there were 3 of us, so we could kind of bounce off of different things.
Yeah, it was all good and fun, but that was late too. It was pretty much the same time.
At least it was Friday.
God damn it!
Are we seeing the Ferrari versus Ford movie? Are you excited for this?
I am gonna watch it not in theaters. I have problems with it already.
As far as like an authenticity standpoint?
Yeah, they're doing filming for Le Mans in Georgia, and they're doing filming for Daytona in Virginia. So they're like, and they're leaving a lot of the filming they do on track. They're leaving the modern safety equipment, and you can see it in the footage, which makes it less authentic for people who are close to racing. And I am close to racing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be good, but from an authenticity standpoint, I would like slightly more. And it wouldn't be a huge stretch for them to have done that.
That's surprising to me that they usually take that stuff, especially given the cast and everything, pretty seriously.
Yeah. Well, they're there for the story, and they want to tell a good story, and they're doing that. The details of the historical period that they're representing might get lost from time to time. And if they're renting out a track and they say, here's the safety equipment we recommend, they're not going to go, well, is it period correct?
Fair. We like to call that artistic license.
Yeah, and to an extent, I'm okay with that. I want to see what it looks like before I pass final judgment. But
sure,
the track that they allegedly filmed at for the France track, they don't look anything alike. And the one that they allegedly filmed at for Daytona, they also don't look anything alike. So I feel, because I know the tracks that they're trying to represent, and I also know the tracks that they filmed at, I might take issue with that. And that's just what I've heard so far. So if that's the initial report, I'm sure there's other things I'll be like, fuck you, that's not what that looks like.
And you would put
like,
it
that's not how cars work. I'm sure Mountain Carl has probably even more thoughts on the topic than I do, but that's the initial impression. Yes, I'll see it. I won't see it in theaters. It's not theater worthy. I'll watch it here in the basement at some point.
Okay.
I do look forward to it, though. I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll watch it at home. That's it.
All that said, I'm looking forward to it. Yes.
Easy first strike for Joe Smith here, or out for Joe Smith here. Robinson Chirinos is on, just pounding that 2-hole.
The what hole?
Have you ever seen or ever heard those audio clips of whenever Robinson Chirinos was in Texas and what's his name? Not Nadell, the other guy. Maybe it was Nadell. I can't remember, but one of those old announcer guys that had been around forever. They were announcing, like calling the game or whatever, and Robinson Chirinos had hit one through like the 2 gap, and they just kept screaming that he's pounding the 2-hole.
Oh no!
Oh, it's so funny, dude.
I believe it. Those guys at the time lacked
awareness.
Yeah, awareness.
Still probably do. Robinson Chirinos is pounding
Tom
that 2-hole.
Greaves and Robert Nadell.
There you go. Yeah, Greaves.
They also had Cookie Talk, where they'd talk about all the snacks that were gifted to them.
That was a Jim Knox thing, wasn't it?
Could be.
No, Jim Knox would always be walking around in the stadium and stuff.
Yeah.
What a clown.
Clown shoe.
He literally looked like a clown shoe given his plastic-looking face.
It's so bad. Poor guy.
Like, how do you fuck up plastic surgery so badly?
Oh, it's easier than you'd think.
Well, true, but you're injecting chemicals into your face. But like
Real Mickey Rourke situation.
true, but he just looked like he was always so shiny.
How'd you do that?
And he really there were
boy,
some
good
situations, there were some situations where he got into some real racy discussions.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Racy as far as off the wheels and also racy. So, oh man, Verlander versus Strasburg will be a great matchup too.
Yeah. I don't want to cover that one.
Well, you're not covering any more for the rest of the week.
That's sad. I really hope that the games go beyond Sunday because I will be in New Orleans Thursday through Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be unable to live stream any further. So I hope that this is not the end of the World Series coverage that we provide.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think this is going to go to at least 6 games, though. I mean, especially with if Washington ends up taking this. So we're going to the bottom of the ninth now. So we got through that top inning pretty quickly.
Yeah, what a blessing.
A couple of easy flyouts there.
It's true. I mean, I really want to see the Astros do good things at the plate, and I'm also very tired. So either a walk-off or just quick loss. I'll take one or the other.
Yeah, I'm with you. We've made it this far. Things are going well.
That doesn't speak well to my fandom of baseball. But yeah, I'll definitely go to bed in the middle of the game if I have to. I guess I'm a little old like that.
Me too. I mean, there's like 160 others. So
that doesn't mean I'm not totally into baseball.
It's just one of those things. This marks like a 15, 16-hour day for us. So yeah, things are running a little low on the energy front.
16.
And I've also
16 and it'll be 17 here in a couple minutes.
And I mean, I'm probably gonna watch a little bit of the Lakers.
Yeah, you stay up way later than I do. I don't really have a great reason to be complaining.
I'm a freak when it comes to that, though, dude.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
It doesn't bother me. It hasn't ever bothered me. I've been like that most of my life. I just don't really like. I think it just takes less time for me to charge up. Like, I don't know. I just kind of rewind pretty easily, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Usually,
I need lots of like recharge time physically, and then if I'm in social situations, like I need to recharge from that and get like alone time.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, introverted plus high energy situations, just fucking, I'm drained.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's not good.
It's fine. At least you know yourself.
Sure.
Oh man,
Know
I want to walk
thyself.
off so bad here.
Hmm?
I want to walk off so bad here. 2 in a row would be electric. Okay. I need some help from these Houston fans who've been, as a whole, very lame.
I've actually had the sound off for quite a while, so
I have too.
Been unable to tell
But
entirely what's
just
going on.
watching them, like back in like the 4th and 5th inning, they were just like idly sitting there. That one woman was falling asleep.
Yeah.
I don't want idle chatter. I want electricity.
Yeah. Houston's not the place to do that. They're serving Torchy's tacos in the building.
So good though. They're so good.
But they'll put you to sleep pretty quick.
They sure
Get
will.
a couple beers and a couple tacos, you're done.
Good point. There's something else they have there that's real tasty. I forget what it is though. It's not like I don't think it's Shake Shack. It's like it's one of those barbecue places. Salt Lick Barbecue, I think is what it's
They
called.
have a Salt Lick there? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's trouble.
I can't wait to see what kind of new food the new ballpark is going to have.
Hopefully only the best and not just the biggest. We want good normal portions, not giant terrible portions.
We'll have to start planning opening day stuff. That'll be fun though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being there. I think I'm Going to be there the first 2 games.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh.
God, it's going to be so weird going to a new stadium.
I
to see
know.
the
I was going to
Rangers.
ask you, like, what does that feel like?
That feels weird. I've been to hundreds of games at the other ballpark. That's home, despite its outdoorsiness and all
Mhm.
the shit that I've seen go really well and really bad. So to see it turn into like a soccer stadium is going to be a little sad. But like deeply looking forward to the team getting indoors, get the ticket revenue up, spend some more money on the team comfortably, and hopefully have some stronger performances on the field in the future.
It's definitely a step in the right direction.
Yep, I hope. I hope so. Can't control
Oh,
everything, but
this is about toast, I think.
toasted. Sean Doolittle.
Think he's a doctor?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That woman pulling her eyes
I
out.
know. My sentiments exactly, really.
Jose Altuve is not happy.
No,
They
he's
left
not.
so many on base. I mean, this is really down to the offense, I think.
Absolutely. Just not
Washington
executing.
capitalized the most on really good pitching opportunities.
This is going to give the Nationals a really big head, though, and I can't wait to watch Houston go demolish them in the next, like, 2 or 3 games.
When it gets down, once we're done with the rotation the first time,
Oh, Yuli. Wow. Wow.
once you get through that rotation the first time, all bets are off. I
Yeah.
mean, you're really scattered after that. And that's the only reason the Nationals are as far as they are. They've been relying on that starting pitching, and they haven't really had to work on anything else. They got that gem out of Sanchez to get them out of a bind, but
That helps.
that's not going to happen again.
No, probably not. He hasn't been that good in a long time.
I could be wrong, but I'm just saying the Astros are clearly the deeper team.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Jeez. All right. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. The back part of their lineup has not helped their situation tonight.
No, not at all. So those Yuli batting 5th, 6th is here we go. Correa's batting 6th?
They move him in the lineup, I guess?
That seems low. He hasn't been hitting that well. I get
That's
it.
true.
They should mix it up and put him in the 2 spot or some shit.
Oh, that's oh, go. Nope. Fuck. Game.
Ugh,
Wow.
Damn.
That was a hell of a game, though.
that was a good game. Good on the Nationals.
Indeed.
Taking the first game from the Astros at home.
That's huge. That's
Huge.
very helpful momentum-wise. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to go ahead and get out of here, considering this is a 4-hour live stream. Man, have a good time in in New Orleans, and we'll cover everything until you get back. Hopefully, there's more baseball when you get back. And
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We'll have a good time. We'll see you guys later.
Sounds good.